So, all right.
But you just click same. But I did take him off the
school closings. But if something bad happens.
Oh, he's one of the contacts.
I don't find that to be unusual because let's say B2 and I are we're always together. So what if we're in some sort of crisis or accident or crash or whatever?
Your mom.
Well, my mom is listed. I have 3 people. I didn't even know. I guess I don't know when I set up
B2's
emergency
mom
contacts. No, there are 3 people. B2, my mom, and Doogie are my emergency contacts.
And then B2 probably has her mom, her sister.
That makes sense.
Right.
Probably doesn't even have
you.
me in there. Wow,
doesn't have you.
No, I'm not saying that, but that's like a good coverage of who's on your emergency contact.
I don't have that. I don't even know what that...
For anything. You have no emergency contact for medical, nothing.
Oh, for medical?
Just your girlfriend.
So you don't have a thing in your phone with your emergency contacts?
No.
Like a best friend?
Even your
brother?
girlfriend. Like, that's what they have this for. So, like,
I don't even know.
A first responder, I guess, can access your thing and get...
I'm unaware of what you actually were talking about. I didn't know what this feature is. I actually don't know.
So no one to call if you...
On my phone, no.
Wow.
Who are you going to call?
That's pretty sad. That's a lonely life.
Like if you get in a car crash and you're unconscious or whatever.
Yeah, like my medical thing for work, like if when you sign up for something, it says, "Hey, who do you put down?" I put my mom.
Okay, so your mom is your emergency.
And
that's at
Krista.
work here
and Krista
for his insurance and stuff.
I don't put Crystal. I don't put Jeffrey.
But if you're in a car accident with your girlfriend, who's the person? Okay.
I wouldn't put Anthony Snitzer.
Why not?
Because that would be bizarre. And
I'm your fellow coworker. Why would you put my name down?
You guys would all think that's really strange if I did that.
No, we'd think that you're friends.
But for some reason, you two don't. If anybody else had somebody else on their thing.
No, you think you were friends. You worked together
No, you wouldn't.
I don't know who else I would put. So I put my mom, I put my wife, and I put Doogie because my wife and I are often together, obviously. My mom, I guess I could put her dad, but what am I? I mean,
but she's already got dad on that, her dad, because I don't know.
Yeah, you can't explain it because it's weird.
No, I actually don't think you need to explain it. It explains itself.
No, it doesn't.
And I think it's weird that you don't get that.
Especially the Gia school thing, because he lives an hour away from you. So
I never changed it. So I never changed it.
You just said you just did.
You just did.
Well, I changed the...
So you had time to change the other stuff, too.
No, I changed... No, it's not changing.
Yes, it is.
I changed the getting... You have no school today. It's a snow day because of the storm.
Why not just eliminate it altogether?
Huh?
Yeah, as you're clicking, just go, well, he's an hour away. He's not going to be of any help.
I think you did eliminate that, right?
No.
I have you as one of the emergency contacts, but not getting... Like you're
not going to get the daily.
You're not taking her to school, that kind of. I eliminated all that.
Oh, see, to me, that seems like if there was an emergency and she had to be picked up or something like that seems like I don't need to know if she has a snow day.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with that? But
you don't need to know
if there's some sort of crisis, then
if I can't get her,
shouldn't you be an authorized person to pick her up or whatever? Or?
Yeah, but there's probably your neighbor guy that lives next to you that you hang out with that knows Gia a lot and hangs out. That guy.
Yeah.
Would be good. Other neighbors, the nanny. A lot of other people that are actually close, too. Physically close to the school. But you chose Rover, who's an hour away.
Yeah. Or if he's in Miami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or Miami. So none of it makes sense.
I'll be there tomorrow. The flight's delayed.
Liam is here, Rachel and Sales' son. If you found out I was on his emergency contact thing.
You guys have no connection.
Is that odd?
Rover
I don't think you're going to be on his emergency contact because, Rachel, she's a talker, right? Mm-hmm. You know, Rachel and Sales. And her and her son came in and Liam says, oh, yeah, Charlie's in there, waves at you, right? And the first thing out of Rachel's mouth was, Liam said that Charlie gained a lot of weight. And
you're out, Liam.
Not.
Yeah, she did. And he's like, Mom, shut up. I didn't say that.
Jesus. Oh, my God.
I taught him everything he knows.
He's cut off.
Yeah, he's completely cut off. I'm not picking him up. I'm not picking him up.
Oh, you taking him out of your emergency contact
Absolutely.
list? Okay. All right. All right, got to wrap things up. I have Creed tickets to give away. Caller 30 right now, 866-YO-ROVER, 866-967-6837. I'll give you a pair of tickets to see Creed with Three Doors Down Friday, November 22nd at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Get tickets and info at rocketmortgagefieldhouse.com, but win them if you are caller 30 right now, 866-YO-ROVER. Charlie, Snitzer, Jeffrey, all continuing on the Aftermath on RMG Plus in just a few minutes. If you don't subscribe to RMG Plus, sign up right now at roverradio.com so you can watch or listen live as they get started in just a few. You can watch or listen live there on the website or with the Rover Radio app on your phone, your tablet, or your TV. But sign up for RMG Plus on the website, roverradio.com. They'll get started in about 5 or 10 minutes or so. Why is she giving me a weird look?
Just shut up.
Why is she giving me a weird look?
We'll be back
Charlie?
live.
Charlie, why is she giving me a weird look?
Just shut
I don't
up.
know.
Okay. All right. I don't know why she's giving me a weird look. All right. We'll be back live.
Tomorrow morning.
It's Rover's Morning Glory.
Masalama. Put him on program too, because I saw what you're doing. I tricked you. I tricked you. I got you.
You told me to warn you, and I warned you. What is she looking at?
And I put him on program too, because she revealed it.
No, I didn't, because he
she
wasn't
totally
clicking.
revealed it.
You weren't clicking.
So then I threw him on the other program just to get away from it. So even when you potted him down, he's still coming through. We got our masalama out there.
Yeah, masalama. Salami.
All right. Have a great day. It's Rover's Morning Glory.
Bye.
Rover's Morning Glory. Coming up on the Penthouse at 11:45, we're playing 3-Word Wednesday for a $125 gift card to New York Prime.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. It's a hot, humid one. Highs in the low to mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. We'll see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, helping to increase the rain chance. Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before while you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
Tired of boring lunches? Picture this. You're at Chipotle ordering the same old burrito bowl. But wait, there's more excitement in store than just guac. Introducing Drop, the ultimate rewards app. Just link your card, dine at your favorite restaurants, and you'll earn points to get free gift cards from tons of brands. It's like getting paid to eat. Hungry for savings? Download the Drop app now and use code DROP44 to kickstart your rewards journey with $5 in points.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it. So your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
And now, another insurance story from...
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone? I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Shh. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Hello, I'm Laurel Diaz. I'm running for Sheriff of Palm Beach County. We're living in a very dangerous time right now. We have active shooters and terrorist attacks all across our nation. It is important that you have a sheriff that will protect you and your family to the best of his ability. I have a master's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management, and I've commanded the toughest divisions of Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and abroad. Do not trust the safety of your family to a social worker. Vote Diaz for Sheriff August 20th. This is a paid political effort. Laurel Diaz for Sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
The eastbound lanes of Southwest 10th Street shut down between Congress Avenue and I-95. There's a crash on southbound I-95 at High Paluxo Road. Another northbound 95 at Forest Hill Boulevard. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
What day is it today?
It's Wednesday.
Jesus, it's only Wednesday?
Get some coffee. You woke me up.
Definitely need my coffee.
You know what I really need?
What?
What do you need?
Caffeinated bacon?
Genius.
I can get behind that.
Hump day, am I right, buddy? Yes. Yes, yes.
Let's light this candle.
You know what time it is?
What is it? Go time.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Jimmy.
We haven't had to pull it for quite a while, so we got to lube it up.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day so far, and listen to Rover and his crew. And they got you to us. Another big show for you guys today to keep you entertained and to keep you engaged and happy. Also, your chance for you to win a gift card to New York Prime, my favorite restaurant, bar none. We'll talk a little bit today about Olympics. What would you give up to get? Well, we'll figure it out, and then we'll get into it. Jimmy's in the house. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning. Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day, and happy Hump Day to her, the only one. Hello, Francis.
Hi, what's going on?
You're the only one.
I am the only one.
She's the only one named Francis in the studio.
Right, you're right, in the building, actually.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe in iHeart.
Possibly. Who knows?
Is there anybody in iHeart?
There's a lot of people who work for iHeart. It's a huge company.
I mean, there's nobody else called Greek.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I know there's another Jim Long.
Is there a Jim Long?
Yeah, somewhere up in like the Boston market.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not as cool, though.
I used to, well,
facts.
Clearly.
Facts.
But I used to get emails about him all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the people that thought I was him.
Yeah, of course. Same last name. That is crazy. So what is his email? Oh, well, ours is different because of the radio station. Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
I'm Jimmy. He was James Long.
Okay,
I do believe
he probably got some of my emails over the years because of how I.
We got your emails.
I thought I was sending you.
Okay, of course.
Yeah, because I don't pay attention. Obviously, 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Hope you guys had a good morning. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. And you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. The real Jimmy. That's who you can email. So some more Olympic stuff. A couple NBA and NFL players say they want to play flag football if it comes 2028. I don't think their teams will let them do it, but maybe they will. I don't know. But all one guy has to do is get hurt, and that'll be the end of that. But I know that a couple big names said they want to do it, and it's crazy that they have that interest in playing flag football. But I just don't think their teams are going to let them do it. There was years ago, there was a couple of challenges with the NFL All-Pro game, and there was tug-of-war events, and one guy, Edwards, who played for the Patriots, ended up blowing out his knee, and he never played again. And after that, there were just like no activities a lot of times. So I can't see them letting him play, but maybe. But if they take a year off, then I guess that's what they would do.
Yeah, another big name that you're like, I didn't know he did this is Dr. Dre. And he wants to be, according to what I have read, they're saying that he looks like he wants to be on the archery team. So we know. We know that he.
Who knew?
Yeah, we know that he performed closing ceremonies. We saw him there, but it looks like that not only does he want to be on stage, but he also wants to compete in the Olympics when they're here in LA in 2028. So it sounds like he would prefer to be an athlete instead of actually be one to perform music or rap. Yeah. So he sat down with an interview with Entertainment Tonight in the wake of his appearance, right, with the closing ceremonies, and they were talking about it, and he is seriously entertaining the idea of trying to qualify for the archery team.
Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah, to represent the U.S.
Why not?
Yeah, he explained why he thinks he has a shot. He's like, I'm trying out. I'm really good at archery.
Was that a pun?
He needs the money. Right.
Yeah, but yeah, he said, I'm really good at archery. He's like, I'm dead ass serious. Yeah, but he said, I'm dead ass serious. He said, I actually started doing archery, playing around with archery when I was in junior high. He said, I stopped for a while and my son bought me a setup in the backyard. And I heard that qualifying through the Olympics is 77 feet, and he said, I practice at 90.
Wow.
All the time, yeah. So he would be 63 years old at 2028, but hey, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's worth noting Thomas Scott, who was the oldest archer to ever compete in the Olympics, was 71 at the time he did it.
Yeah,
so
age is not an issue. Nope. You don't have to be in good shape. Just have to have a good eye.
Why not?
Dr. Dre.
Good for him.
He'll put archery on the map. You start seeing all the kids do it all over the place.
I told you, if I had a backyard, when my mom had, when she lived out in Loxahatchee, I told her, I was like, it'd be so cool. I need just like those like barrels, like of hay or something, just in the back. I thought it would be so cool. I don't have the room in my backyard, but I've always wanted to
How
learn.
about in the house? No?
Yeah, down the hallway.
No archery in the
Put
house.
up some bales of hay, you know.
All you need is a bullseye.
So I
Maybe
do wanna-
put a picture of me. Boom, there you go.
I do want to thank. I had a lot of people text, and also Jimmy asked, and I know even on Facebook and social media about how my mom was doing because Ernesto tropical storm. Especially when you go on the news, they're like pummeled Puerto Rico. So they hit more. She lives on the like northeast end. She said she slept through it.
Oh, good.
Okay, so it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, not so bad. She said like around the area like Vieques and stuff, if you're familiar with the island, which is eastern, not northeastern. She said that she believes that's really where it got affected. But she said she slept through it. The only thing that sucks about that is the infrastructure as far as their electricity, the way that's ran.
Right.
Already out of power.
Yeah.
So even though she slept through it, nothing terrible. I mean, it happens all the time.
It covered it. It looked like it covered. I mean, even though you say that, it
Yeah.
still looks like it covers the whole island.
It
mean,
does.
it's not obviously.
It's a
very
small
large
island. It is. It's a small island, but she's doing okay. The only thing she's dealing with is no power, which is so normal there. It really is. It
goes out all the time. They say.
It's unfortunate, but yeah. So
Well, thank God.
yeah, so everything's okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she's sending me memes. I'm like, Mom, come on. Because last night before
Memes.
anything happened, I was like, I'm checking in on her. And she sent like a meme about cat 5s. And it's literally like a picture of cat 1. It's this cute cat. It's like adorable cat version smiling. Then cat 2, it looks like a blow dryer's running. Like the wind is in the cat's hair. And the cat 3, it's just like kind of like off the ground. Cat 4, it's like 2 paws are off the ground. And cat 5 is like 3 cats in the air flying around.
At least she has good sense of humor.
That's what my mom sends me. And we're like, all right, so which one of these cats are you at right now?
she's got to have the same attitude like a lot of us in Florida have. I mean, it's out there. It's part of what we have to deal with.
The unfortunate part is you can't drive away from it most of the time because you're on an island.
That's the one thing that obviously, because I was even going to ask the other day, maybe if she was planning on leaving, ahead of it, where you could, if she could still get a flight off the island, maybe. But sometimes it's again, you never quite know where it's going to go, and you kind of get used to
they
it.
They just bunker down there most of the time.
Yeah, and well, that and the other thing too. So apparently they don't no backup generator then where she lives.
So she doesn't have a generator, but she has solar, so that helps out. But with the solar, she picks and chooses what she utilizes as far as electricity.
Oh, okay.
Like the
so
important
she
stuff,
can
like a
still
refrigerator.
A little bit. Okay. All right. That's good. That's good.
A lot of people utilize that. But yeah, so
she met a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
so that's nice.
She because she moved to Puerto Rico to be. She's still got some family and stuff there. But she joined a club. And it's a Wyndham Resort, beautiful, and it's just down the hill from her. I mean, you can walk there. And
nice.
My aunt has been part of that club for a while, and it's golf, tennis, pickleball, beautiful on the beach. You can utilize the pool. I mean, it's a huge resort.
Oh, great!
And so my mom became a member. We've been trying to talk her into it. She finally did. She's playing tennis and pickleball, and she laughed. She was like, I came here to Puerto Rico and being back in my home island, and she said now all her friends are American because a lot of people live there part time, and so she's got like all these like 30-year-old American friends.
That's nice.
That's
just
great.
For playing. Yeah, but she's loving it.
She raising chickens somewhere yet?
She can't. She lives in a condo. No more. No land. No nothing. And she's content. I mean, she's in great shape.
So
playing tennis every day.
Let me try that again. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
She raising chickens.
My mom looks incredible. She's got tan. She's in incredible shape from playing tennis.
That's great.
She's still doing the carnivore thing. I mean, you would not guess this lady's 7 years old the way she moves around.
That's awesome. Good news.
Yeah,
awesome.
so
Love hearing that.
I'm happy. We were worried, about her being so far from us, but she's like, I'm living my life.
I got away from
I
my
don't miss you
kids
guys.
finally.
Yeah.
The farther
This
the better.
is great. Yep. So, all good.
877-927-6969. Is there a sport you would want to get into the Olympics for? Maybe you feel like, hey, Dr. Dre's doing it. He's going to be 63. Maybe there's something I could do. Again, archery is a lot easier than all the other sports because you don't have to be in great shape. You just got to be able to see and be able to hold an arrow. After that,
I'm pretty sure there's more to it than seeing and
that's
holding
probably
an
about
arrow.
it. That's probably about it.
what else you got to do?
Yeah. What else? What else, Franny?
There is definitely skill to archery. If anybody could do it, everybody would be like, I'll be in the Olympics. Like, no, there is skill.
You see a bullseye, you pull the arrow and you shoot it. That's it.
Have
What
you
else?
ever been to a shooting
That's it.
range and
That's
just
all
see
there
it
is to
shot and you get it right in the bullseye every time?
No.
Okay.
I
You
don't-
can see where it's at.
Guns are different than a bow and arrow.
Well,
Gun-
obviously, but I'm just saying, either way, it's
You
not
gotta
as
be good.
easy as it looks.
Well, I mean, he's doing it. So he's doing what, at 90 feet, 77? He could do it. Come on, Dr. Dre.
Oh, my goodness.
Put on your beats. I mean, come on. I'm surprised he isn't in it already. He'll do a song about it. He'll make $1 gazillion. Everybody will be happy. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Those are the ways you guys can get involved in the show. Bring up anything you want. We'll always address it. And then after that, if there's something on topic, we'd love to hear it.
We got at 47142, started off with Real Radio. Says
Jeez,
Greek.
already, huh?
Says Greek, a compound bow used in archery takes at least 65 pounds of pressure to shoot an arrow. It's not a sport for a weakling, is what they have on there.
Oh, I think Dr. Dre's pretty tough. He looks like he's a big boy. I'm sure he could do it. Have you ever shot a bow and arrow, Jim?
Not one like that, right?
Yeah.
Not a competition bow or anything. Just, one that I had was a kid.
What about you,
A
Franny?
toy.
No.
Oh, I have. I was in Indian one time for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that
Interesting.
these days.
And,
Don't put those pictures up.
Jeez.
I know, isn't that sad?
I know.
Isn't that sad?
I'm not making fun because I was too one time. And I'm like, bury that.
Remember that? Remember when we used to be able to
Pilgrims and
play?
Indians.
Yeah, Cowboys and Indians,
Yep.
Pilgrims and Indians.
Can't
yeah.
do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to be this year? Now I got to go
Not
back to
an
being a
Indian.
pilgrim. I hate brown. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're going to come back with This Day in History, a trifecta. And Jimmy's got a little thing about jobs. It might be some good news for you, but it could be bad news. But I guess it's all up to you. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go, dog.
It's a no from science?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
The eastbound lanes of Southwest 10th Street still shut down between Congress Avenue and I-95 due to an earlier train incident. A police investigation there continues. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250 keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year, Labor Day sale. Save up to $900 on select adjustable mattress sets from Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy. Plus, get up to a $300 instant gift for pillows and more.
Hey, it's Greek for Tito's Handmade Vodka. Whether you're hanging by the pool, playing some golf, or just kicking it in South Florida, you want to make every occasion a party? Well, it's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Make sure that's on your party's list. When you have Tito's, it's a good night that turns into a great night. Tito's Handmade Vodka helps any party become a great party. Pick up a bottle today of Tito's Handmade Vodka. Peace.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter. You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Another insurance story from
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Guys, are you tired of being tired?
Frustrated because it seems impossible to lose belly fat? If you're looking for a solution, then listen to Mark.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic. I'll be totally honest, I tried a different product, and I wasn't happy with the different product. You guys are considerably cheaper than the other brand, and I can really feel the difference.
Andro 400 Max, the extra strength, all-natural testosterone booster. The safe, easy, and affordable way to gain energy and lose stubborn belly fat. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Feel and look like a new man. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up! Oscar!
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Point!
Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down.
Ace!
You're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. It's a hot, humid one. Highs in the low to mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. We'll see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, helping to increase the rain chance. Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, they know how to save pros time and money. Save 20% on 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense or Cabot Stain, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See store or Lowe's.com for details.
between the lines,
far beyond legal and ethical limits,
and under the surface.
Too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events.
Is somebody messing with us?
Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Don't forget, you get an opportunity today to win a $125 gift card to New York Prime. You will love it. The steak is awesome, and the atmosphere is perfect. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hello there.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, Dana White announced yesterday Conor McGregor is not fighting this year. He was supposed to fight about a month ago, but there seems to be some complications with his injury. UFC still crushes it, but he is probably the biggest star. Since 2021 is when the last time he fought, but he's not fighting this year, maybe next year. So we'll see what happens. Yankees did win last night. They beat the White Sox 4-1. Soto, 3 home runs. Wow. He's got, I believe, 33 for the season. His career high is 36, and that was also his over 35. His over was 36, and we were going to take that, but we listened to Teddy Covers, and we went against it, and it looks like it was a bad mistake. He might end up with 40. Marlins beat the Phillies last night 5-0. First time the Phillies were shut out in 82 games. So hats off to the Marlins. Big win for them, beating their leader in their division and getting a shutout. So Marlins playing better since the All-Star break. Hopefully they can finish out strong and have a respectable record. Aaron Rodgers spoke yesterday. He said preseason is a joke, basically. Nobody plays. Nobody shows anything. He goes, and I just don't know why we play it. But you won't be seeing him anytime soon at all. And, of course, CeeDee Lamb is still hanging out, not coming to practice. But Parsons, the all-pro linebacker, says they talked, and he'll be ready for week 1. So I don't know if that's going to hurt CeeDee as far as what he was trying to do with his contract negotiations when his friend says, yeah, he'll be in camp. But that's where it's at right now in the NFL. And that is your trifecta. Now over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Well, let's go back to 1901, not too far, and Nurse Clara Maz was so determined to prove that yellow fever was spread by mosquitoes that she allowed herself to be bitten by one.
What?
She was right, but she was dead within 2 weeks.
Jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm. 89 years ago today, 1935, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act into law, creating unemployment insurance and pension plans for the elderly. 79 years ago today, this is VJ Day, 1945, the Empire of Japan surrenders unconditionally to the Allies, ending World War II. Now, here's one that's got a little bit of trivia to go along with it. Some sports-related stuff. You might like this one, Greek. Probably already know this stuff, too. 53 years ago today, 1971, St. Louis Cardinals ace Bob Gibson throws his first no-hitter of his storied career. Originally, though, he was a basketball player, and his skills were so good that in 1957, he spent a year playing with the Harlem Globetrotters.
I did know that.
He grew tired of basketball, and prior to the 1958 season, he signed as a pitcher with the Cardinals. By 1962, he was one of the team's most accomplished starters, and he soon established himself as one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball history and was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1981.
He was a beast.
39 years ago today, 1985, Michael Jackson bought the publishing rights to most of the Beatles' music catalog. And finally, 21 years ago today, in 2003, 50 million people lost power in a blackout that hit the northeastern United States and part of Canada. 6 people still don't have power. Yes, that was a joke. And that's what happened on August 14th in our history. Want to take a phone call?
Sure.
We got our buddy Toot checking in with us. Hey, Toot, what's going on, pal?
Hey, good morning, kids.
What's up, Toot?
All right. Hey, Greek.
Yes,
you're
sir.
right. They should put lap dancing in the Olympics.
Well, we'll start a petition. You sign it, I'll sign it. We'll have two, and I'll go to Monroe's and get some more signatures, and we'll try to get it going.
There you go. And Franny,
Yes?
you are right with the pole. Those girls are strong, and they got to hold their own weight just to be like horizontally on a vertical pole.
Oh wow! When they're good, I mean those women are beasts. They're athletes on that pole.
Yeah,
It's a sport.
they're crazy. Yeah, and Jimmy, that kind of sucks for that chick in 1901. I guess that's how you learn from trial and error, huh?
Well, that's how they did medicine back in those days, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, Franny, I'm glad that your mom's good about the power outages over there. My neighbor, his mom lived on the island, and her neighbor, she was in need of insulin, and there was only one guy on the island that had a generator.
Oh, wow.
And he refused to share.
Oh, that sucks.
You know, he wasn't running extension cord, nothing. So a couple of the local boys, they got a lawnmower, rolled it up to the generator, started it up, they stole the generator. The guy didn't know what was going on because he didn't have no power, but he heard the engine running. And he goes up there and he sees the generator's going. Needless to say that, of course he found out who did it, and he told the lady that she could store her insulin in his refrigerator just so that it wouldn't go bad.
Well, I'm glad it worked out well, but yes, it seemed like the guys were trying to do something nice for the lady, but you shouldn't steal in order to do something nice for her. But all's well that ends well. Is that right? Oh, yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they were just trying to, hey, we can get you, but come on, help the lady out.
Of course. And the guys should have from the get-go, yes.
Exactly. But, all right, kids, I just wanted to chime in and say good morning and enjoying my breakfast salad.
Good. Enjoy, buddy.
Breakfast salad, huh?
That's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you guys have a beautiful day. And
You too.
I'll be listening.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
I too.
Toot, thank you so much for your call. Well, Resume Builder did some research and found that 38% of companies lay people off instead of firing them. Have you ever heard of that, either of you?
Yes.
I've never heard of that. Where they do it intentionally. They'll lay somebody off instead of firing. And we're not talking about layoffs where you have a company-wide, a whole bunch of layoffs where they're trying to save money and do budget and things like that. We're just talking about an individual that they, really just, we're going to fire for whatever reason. But instead of doing that, they lay the person off just to avoid hurting their feelings.
Because it's nicer when you lay off. It's not as harsh as you're fired.
Yeah, they're
Companies doing layoffs. I'm sorry.
Apparently, they're doing that in the night. Again, they don't want to look like a bunch of jerks. 80% of bosses said their company has laid someone off in the past year when they could have been fired for the same cause. Sometimes it's out of kindness, like to avoid hurt feelings or help out with severance. But the number one reason they do it is more self-serving, to avoid mutiny. So here are four reasons why they're doing it this way. To maintain company morale, 62% of bosses cited that as a reason. So we react better if we think our friend got laid off because of money instead of, something that they did wrong or for some other reason like that.
See,
right?
but I think with the company morale, that one's a little tricky because yes, you're just one guy you want to fire, but you're laying off. I think as an employee in my head, seeing one person laying off, thinking that the company's doing cuts. And when you hear layoff, in my head, I'm going, who's next? When somebody gets fired, you're like, oh, they got fired for a reason because they messed up. But if I see that somebody get laid off, I think in my mind sitting there, I'm going, oh no, who's next? Because typically when layoffs happen, it's more than just one person.
Right. Versus if a coworker gets fired, well, they did something wrong, so it makes it look like it's not that.
I'm not worried about my job.
So you're not necessarily on the chopping block. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Another reason is to avoid wrongful termination lawsuits, a close second at 59%.
Which we don't have to worry about here in Florida. They'll fire you for whatever.
Yeah, this is true. Not a
They
big
don't need
deal
a reason.
in Florida.
Nope.
To help the person out with a severance package, so they'll get some sort of compensation when leaving
That's
instead
nice.
of just getting fired. And then, of course, that can hurt in some, depending on your state, that can hurt you with unemployment as well. And finally, to avoid hurting their feelings, was 38% on here in the old line. I think you're great. Corporate just had no choice, right? So, according to the poll, layoffs that aren't really layoffs are more common than you'd think. Half of bosses polled said that at least 75% of layoffs their company made in the past year weren't really about cutting costs, and that was a surprising number to me. Then again, I'm not a boss. I've never been in that position, so I don't see that type of thing happen, or I'm not privy to that type of thing in different companies that I've ever worked for. But so that's why I was a little surprised by that. But maybe, obviously, clearly, it's very common. 3/4 of companies do that.
That's a lot. Yeah. And again, it depends on somebody's deal that they have. Like you said, severance. If you get fired, I think severance you don't get.
I wonder
if you get layoff, you get severance.
Right. And of course, the one thing, too, always taken into consideration is what state you're in, because the laws are different in every state. So, I mean, this is obviously probably a national, or at least
I would think national.
Multiple state type of a scenario where they got this research from. So you're dealing with different laws.
Yeah, I think your mindset is different as you're still pissed either way.
Yeah.
But when you get laid off, you're like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. They just made layoffs and I was on the cut. I mean, that's what ends up happening. But I think if there's companies out there that think of their employees that much, it's very nice to hear.
Right.
It really is.
Well, and they're going to fire you. Well, they're firing you for a reason, right? So obviously, either you're not very proficient or you're not doing your job properly or something like that. And instead, they go, well, you know what? We don't want him to feel bad, so we're going to lay them off instead. It just seems kind of strange to me. And a lot of times, it's very cutthroat out there.
Yes, I agree 100%. And I also, like I said, the severance is big. Because when you get fired, most companies, you don't get severance. You just don't.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. When there's layoffs, you get it, though. I mean,
sometimes, depending on what the thing is. But yeah, I've never heard of that with a firing.
Got what?
A severance.
No. That's what I'm saying. When you get fired, you're done. That's it. But when you had layoffs here, everybody got severance. 6 months, a year. A lot of people got that the company offered them years ago.
Some. Yeah.
But that was nationwide with iHeart when they first did. I'm going years ago. People got 6 months.
Well,
everybody's different. But the situation is, like I said, if the companies are out there and they're thinking about their employees, I think that's very nice. It's great because getting laid off or fired or whatever it is, it sucks. It's not a good thing. It affects your life, obviously, your mindset. You can go into a depression.
Go into another job. I mean, just a simple fact that if you were looking for a new job after something like that, I mean, I think saying that you were laid off versus fired.
It's two different things.
Or two different things, yeah.
No doubt.
I don't know if you really have to disclose that or not, but, it makes it look better.
Yeah. I mean, years ago, you had to. Now, they can't ask anything. I mean, even if they call you about somebody, you could just say they worked here. You can't even
No, but I mean, yeah. Is it not uncommon to ask, like, why you left your last job?
Yes. I mean, it's common
I would
to ask
imagine,
that. Yeah,
right?
but I'm
even still today?
Yeah, but they'll ask you, and you could just say there was layoffs and walk away. They can't call anymore is what I'm saying. Where years ago, they could.
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah. So, again, that's a nice thing if companies are doing it. Either way, it sucks, obviously, but it sucks a little bit less the other way. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
So once again, this is not the first time we've seen a survey done where people talk about things that they would happily give up sex to get. And this can be anything. This happened on The Guardian, and the full story, owning a home feels out of reach for a lot of young people these days. So it seems desperate times call for desperate measures, including abstinence. New survey asked people what they'd be willing to give up sex for, and many of them would do it just to become homeowners. So we've done
For how long, though?
We've done this in the past, but I think with times and things are getting more expensive, stuff like that, the answers change a little bit here and there. So, Bloom Stories, which I've never heard of, it's an audio erotica platform. Jimmy, have you heard about Bloom Stories?
No. How do you spell that?
Bloom, Bloom, Bloom Stories. Yep.
Stories.
An
All right.
audio erotica platform.
Be right back.
They were talking about things that people would trade off for that. More than a quarter of all respondents would happily stop having sex for an entire year, right?
Oh.
If it meant they'd have enough money for a deposit on a home.
Okay, 1 year.
1 year.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's what they say.
Hey, take care of business yourself.
Deposit, yeah,
Can you still
money.
do that?
Well, I wonder if solo sex is part of it.
Oh.
I don't know the rules.
Oh,
I think
boy.
if sex
All
is
right,
in it.
Hold on. Stop the phone.
But Gen Z is even more willing, as half of them say they'd be celibate for a year or two just to afford a home in general. They say, and that's not the only thing they trade their sex life for, right? They said that they would abstain to get a promotion at work.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-huh. While even a third of them would give it up just to get a raise at work.
For a year?
Yep.
Wow. And it doesn't say what kind of raise. Like, because traditionally a raise could be 3%.
It's just any extra money, they'd take it.
Wow.
They also said among respondents, ages 45 and older, so be us. Well, not me yet. I thought I was there. I just made myself older. Just over half would pick being a homeowner over being able to keep having sex. They said men were also more likely to say no to giving up sex.
Shocker.
As 45%
I
of guys.
never would have seen that coming.
Yeah, as 45% of guys surveyed said they couldn't live without it for a year, no matter what they got in return, right? They're like, nope, can't do it. I don't care. I don't care if you give me $1 million.
Wow. $1 million. That's a lot.
That's 45, while only 23% of women said the same thing, saying that they couldn't give it up. So it's 23% of people. But I love it. The headline on it was mortgage or orgasm. Which would you choose?
News at 11. Dun, dun, dun.
Mortgage or orgasm.
And then they say what kind of house is it, like in Palm Beach, $9 million?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they say probably. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
They're
man.
like the average property around. I mean, it's not too far off, like 550, right?
That's beautiful. I mean, a year's a long time.
No, it used to be. I mean, yes, she's
Yeah,
still
not
beautiful.
down here.
That's yeah, 550 isn't going to get you much in South Florida,
Yeah,
which
that
is
sucks.
so unfortunate. Oh my God! Back in the day, I was like, "You're rich.
Yeah, really.
You're living in a mansion."
It's amazing.
It's sad. It really is. Wow. If you guys have anything on your table that you would give up sex for that you would want, let us know for a year. We're only going to make it a year. 877-927-6969.
How about a Snickers bar?
They're good, but they're not that good.
A year's a long time for a Snickers bar.
Reese's cup?
Oh, wait a minute.
No, still not having.
How about free gas for a year?
I don't think about that one.
Gas is very expensive.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
it's for a lot
pricey.
of people, I know I spend over $200 a week.
Yeah. I think you would have to give free gas, like in a and I know I'm changing, in married couple situation, the both of us would have to get free gas. Because one person is not getting screwed, but they're getting screwed.
Well,
They're
the other
getting
person
screwed
is.
and not screwed at the same time.
So the couple gets free gas for a year.
Yeah,
You think people would do that?
possibly.
What do you think, Jim?
I don't want to speak for anybody else because that's
yeah.
giving up what I do it. That's for sure. And the amount of gas I go through.
Yeah, I mean, I spend $200 a week, so there's $10,000. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. What would you give up sex for a year? How about free Starbucks? Some people would do that, or Dunkin'.
No. I'll give up Starbucks for sex. How about that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's some people who would probably
I could give
do
it up for less.
By the way, let me look. Are they advertisers?
Maybe.
No.
Okay.
No, they're not with us. But some people's Starbucks bills are very expensive, at least $100 sometimes a week. But I don't know about that. How about cable? Free cable for a year.
I don't use it, so.
I think a lot of people cut the cord. I don't think that's a big draw.
All right. So maybe one that we have is gas, possibly gas. How about this one? I think a lot of people would do. If you got free Publix for a year.
Oh, groceries.
Yeah.
Just groceries in general.
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely. A ton of people would do it.
Comes all down to money, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the buck.
I mean, I think if for a whole year, that's a lot for Publix, especially a family.
One person.
Yeah, one person. You're right.
What groceries are now.
Yeah, you're 100%.
And that wasn't meant in a corrective way, but it just goes to show how expensive groceries are.
True.
And I mean, if you add that all up, that's quite a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, what do you think? $300 a week for one person?
No, I think it's too much.
No, not for groceries.
No,
Maybe
that's
eating
too
out,
much.
but
Yeah.
All right. So then gas is really the one common thing that people use.
Well, you guys do travel a lot. I mean, I guess I don't know if it would be worth it for me because I actually don't utilize that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just depends. I mean, on everybody's. But free groceries sounds awesome. I mean, if do the dogs are they part of the groceries?
Yeah, we're throwing the dogs.
Their food too.
Yeah,
Their food? All right.
Throwing
Yes.
the dogs in.
Vet bills.
I mean, they got to eat, right?
We're throwing a cruise for 6 weeks on the Ritz-Carlton.
I mean, that's another thing, right? An all-expensive paid trip to like Europe or something for a few weeks.
Yeah, twist my arm.
Right.
There we go.
Flight, everything. Speaking of all expenses paid trip, make sure you are tuned in. And we actually figured out something. So I think we may be able to get you that 9 o'clock keyword, see if it works. Jimmy did some research, but if you have not been listening, 3 times a day we give you a keyword. 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. And that keyword is for a trip to Las Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. That's September 20th and 21st, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, this is 2 nights, 1 stage, but it's not just you. You can bring a friend with you. This is a trip for 2. We're going to send you out there.
No sex, though.
No. Yeah. You have to abstain from sex if you want to win this. Yeah, so we're going to get your flight, transportation from the airport to the hotel. Of course, your accommodations, and then we're going to give you $1,000 to do whatever you want with. That is $1,000 spending money. You get a keyword, as I mentioned, 915. But it's a text to win. So you're going to text the keyword to 200-200. Now, that 9 o'clock keyword, we believe, is good until like almost 1 o'clock.
Till the next
right?
keyword that's given out. And then that keyword will be good until the next keyword at 5 o'clock. And then the 5 o'clock keyword is good until 9:55 p.m. that night.
You go.
And you can see acts like Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani, Halsey's going to be there, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore. I mean, this list is just unbelievable. The artists are going to be out there. So going to be a good time out there in Vegas. So the 9 a.m. keyword is that very word, Vegas, Vegas. Text that to 200-200, and you'll be in the running for a trip to Las Vegas.
Sweet. Our girl Sarah B said, free gas. If I give up sex for a year, I'll keep walking. Thanks. Yeah, so she'd rather walk. And then she also said with the pole dancing for the Olympics, she said if you saw the closing ceremony, some of those dancers could do the pole dancing the way that they were holding themselves hanging off of the rings, if you saw that during the closing ceremonies.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
All right, Jimmy, I got one more for you. You got to give up sex for a year.
Okay.
Now, this is just you. What your means, everything, just you. But you get the NFL scores week 1 ahead of time.
I mean, who wouldn't?
We're talking to Jimmy.
I don't care, but who wouldn't?
Hell yeah.
Okay. I just gave it to Jimmy.
One game. I only need 1 game.
To make money?
Yeah. All right, so you get the scores for week 1 every game, but you have to give up sex for. Think about it. We'll come back. I said just you. Think about how much could you really get down, though. That's the whole thing. What is the access that you would have? Because you would have to convince people, and hey, you got to give me money. I got to do it. Use all your own money. The whole thing. Mortgage the house.
I could liquidate enough. Be set for life.
All right, so Jimmy says yes on that. Give up sex for 1 year, and September 5th is the first game. The first week NFL scores. He's not going to even think about it. We're not going to have to go to break. He's saying yes now. Nice. Franny, would you do it?
Yeah, that's
a no-brainer for anybody.
That's a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
You think so? I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people do it because, again, you have to have the access to get money to bet. That's a big difference. How much could you actually come up with for the average person? How much could they actually get to bet? That's a big thing. You got to have. You got to have.
Well, for some people out there, I'm sure that would be a struggle.
Oh yeah. Well, somebody could always come up with something, but would it be worth it? Is what I'm trying to say.
For a year of not having sex.
Right.
All right, I feel you.
That's all.
Yeah, sure.
It is the Penthouse. It is a Monday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday. We got Florida stories. What's there? Anybody giving up sex?
No.
Any Coconut Beach?
Yeah, we have more cocaine.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to the beach this
How about
weekend.
a machete?
We know machetes, but this guy used this certain thing as a weapon. Holy moly. And this did not turn out well. He got mad because he was not allowed into a strip club. I will let you know exactly what he did. Yes, we have more cocaine. And we also have a terrible hit and run incident, plus a dude who he got busted driving. This guy has had a suspended license since 2011. 2011. Yeah. I'll let you know these details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Construction still has Lawrence Road shut down between High Paluxo Road and Lantana Road, and 6th Avenue South blocked, Grove Street to Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Palm Beach County is election ready. Protecting your vote is our top priority. Rest assured, every eligible vote will be secure and counted accurately. Your vote matters. Visit votepalmbeach.gov.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Enough is enough. Palm Beach County deserves more than just law enforcement. It deserves law empowerment. I'm Michael Gauger, and I'm running to be your sheriff. Not only do I want to enforce justice, we also want to enhance and empower your communities. It's time for leadership that not only maintains law and order, but also maintains hope, trust, and support for every single resident. Vote Michael Gauger for sheriff.
Paid for by Michael Gauger, Republican candidate for sheriff of Palm Beach County.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hurricane season is here. Is your home ready to handle strong winds and heavy rain? Don't stress. Expert Shutter Services is here to help. The largest storm shutter manufacturers on the Treasure Coast, Expert Shutter Services offers top-notch protection with Cat 5 rated Ultra Shield hurricane screens and Nautilus rolling shutters. Call Expert Shutter Services now for a free in-home consult at 772-871-1915. That's 772-871-1915. Expert Shutter Services. We're taking the shutter industry by storm.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips. Now with 3 times greater scent control. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. A hot, humid one. Highs in the low to mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. We'll see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, hoping to increase the rain chance. Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Welcome and come on in to the Penthouse right here on Real Radio 92.1. Whether you're at home listening on a smart speaker, maybe you're in your car right now, FM dial, or on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app, you are all welcome to the PH. And of course, you can participate so many ways. We love that talkback feature. Speaking of the iHeart Radio app, all you have to do is search for Real Radio 91. If we do not have it saved as one of your favorites, why not? You click on the microphone icon and you can leave us a little voice message that we will play on air. Good morning. This is Franny. Of course, we have Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello and good morning, young lady.
Yes.
Do you have some Florida stories for us?
I sure do.
All right. Well, let's get into it.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida.
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Where am I scoring some Coke today?
Well, I will let you know eventually. But yes, there is a Florida man who was involved in a crash taken to jail after he was caught driving with a license that has been suspended since 2011 for a prior DUI. This happened around 10:30 in the evening. Deputies said that one of the drivers, identified as Jason Crosby, admitted that, I shouldn't be driving. I don't have a valid driver's license. So they did confirm, yes, in fact, since October of 2011. So when investigating the crash, deputies discovered a hypodermic needle with about 43 milliliters of clear liquid substance inside of the driver's side floorboard, which later tested positive for meth. There was also a pipe used for smoking narcotics, and another needle was found inside of his vehicle. So not only is he in big trouble for driving on a suspended license, which he knew, he also is in a lot of trouble with all these drug charges, paraphernalia possession, meth possession, all kinds of stuff. Then, this is a really scary situation. I've mentioned it on the air. Road rage just scares me. It really does. People just fly off the handle. And anytime I'm in the vehicle, my husband, he's a little bit of a hothead when it comes to other people driving. And the way I was like, listen, you can act a fool if you want when you're by yourself, even though I prefer you don't. But when I'm in the car, this doesn't happen. I was just like, because it's not so much him. I know he's not going to pull out a gun or anything like that. It's the other people that scare me because of this situation. Pinellas County, they said that Boris Twillman, 57, was tailgating Jeremiah Hollycross while traveling US 19. Well, Hollycross thought Twillman had rear-ended her car. because he was so close to her and she felt something. So she stopped the vehicle to get out and check for damage. That's when Boris Twillman ended up stopping behind her, like she's out of her vehicle, ran into her, pinning her in between his Jeep and her car, and then dragging her along the driver's side. They said that he saw Tillman, the woman saw him smile at her before hitting her with his vehicle.
Oh.
He drove off, obviously, after the incidents. She suffered fractured pelvis, fractured left tibia, facial lacerations. She is in the hospital right now, critical condition. Her family did set up a GoFundMe to help her cover her medical expenses. His Jeep was later found at his residence, but he left in his girlfriend's car before officers arrived. They said he is being charged with attempted murder in the first degree.
Should be.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounded like, almost like he was doing that out of joy.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even road rage.
Yeah.
It was just something, I'm going to get this person. And
They call it a road rage incident, but they said, intentionally hit her. Like that person is a psychopath and it needs to be locked up forever. And then, drugs, $500,000 worth, actually. Once again, but this time they were floating. They went on a shore. Nobody found them while they were strolling on the beach in the morning. These were floating.
Oh, they didn't make land yet.
No, not yet. Not yet, but there was a lot of it.
They were going to.
Boaters found.
One more wave, Jimmy. Oh, the boaters got it.
Boaters,
okay.
yes. Boaters found a package containing more than $500,000 worth of cocaine. It was floating in the Gulf of Mexico near Everglades City. The boaters found 56 pounds of coke floating in the mangroves of Panther Key. I don't even know where Panther Key was. They said the package, about the size of a microwave oven, contained 25 individually wrapped kilograms of cocaine, estimated street value of $625K. Of course, with the help of a good Samaritan in the community who saw something unusual and contacted law enforcement. See, that's the time where you could keep it because you found it in the mangroves while you're in the Everglade on a boat. when you're strolling on the beach, I'd be like, oh, somebody looking? But they did. They recovered.
No one's around.
Exactly. They recovered the bundle.
This has got to be a real problem.
It looked like it was there for a while because it was covered in barnacles, too.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is a real problem for the drug cartel. They got to fix this.
This is a new package, too. Actually, they have it blurred. I don't know why, but they have the logo blurred on it, but it's blue, and I think it's the Nike one because the Nike one is blue with the swish.
Oh.
I think it is. But yeah, they said that they're working to determine the origin of the cocaine. But yes, it keeps on washing up. Let's see. Then next up, and you're at Florida. This is a really terrible situation, all because this guy got kicked out of a adult club. There is a dude in custody, 25 years old, young guy, in custody now after getting kicked out of a strip club. They said it unfolded around 4:30 in the morning. Emperor's Gentleman Club in Tampa. So the guy decided to get in his semi and crash right into the front area of the bar.
Jeez.
Yep. They said the cab of the tractor trailer crashed into the front area of the adult bar near the front entrance. They said witnesses told police that the wild driver had been kicked out of the joint earlier that night, returned back to drive his truck into a group of people standing at the entrance. The suspect had lied, lied in wait for at least 30 minutes before the person he was arguing with emerged from the club. I'm guessing probably a bouncer or manager or something like that.
It's terrible.
Yep.
Sad.
That's when he plowed into a group of about a half dozen people. One man was killed, according to cops. Another two men were injured, but are expected to survive. None of the three were this maniac's intended target.
Terrible.
They were all just patrons of the club.
No word on what started the argument to get him kicked out?
They have not named the driver either. But yeah, they just described him as a 25-year-old man. They have not said exactly what happened. They're just saying it's because he got kicked out. I'm guessing handsy, too drunk.
Yep.
Whatever it is, there's always a reason for it, right?
It's probably pretty common in strip clubs. Guys get a little too handsy or they're too drunk or they fight.
The dude was, though, the 25-year-old was hospitalized in critical but stable condition, they said. But of course, when he's released, he will be charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, DUI manslaughter, vehicular homicide, and DUI with serious injury.
He's done.
Yeah,
he'll wake up out of this and be handcuffed to a bed. You'll not even know what happened.
25, all because you got kicked out of a strip club. You have ruined your life
and somebody else,
and a few other people's lives,
which is really sad.
It is.
Innocent people.
Yep.
Sucks.
And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Franny. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. Stories about Florida and all the craziness that happens. So Ellen bought a mansion, and it's a couple years ago. Only a couple years ago for
Who?
$70 million. Ellen.
Oh, DeGeneres.
And she sold it for $95 million last week. 2 years, she made $25 million.
Not bad. That's very unheard of
Yeah.
these days. Normally with these celebrities who put these houses
they have to cut
on the
them.
market, they keep on going down and
Yeah,
down. But
and that's what the article said. A lot of big celebrities and ball players have been cutting houses because they can't dump them. I guess this location and where she, obviously what she has in the house, she made $25 million, which is a ton of money. So she also said she's done. You're not going to see her out anymore after this tour, and she's not going to be performing anymore. Again, when her show ended, it ended on a bad note, and I don't think that she's gotten over that. But yeah, and as far as real estate goes, she's in good shape. She just made $25 million, and I agree. It doesn't seem like that's happened as much as it once did one day. And 2 years is not a long time to flip something. 877-927-6969. If you had the opportunity to give up sex for a year to get something, what would it be that you would want to get? Would it be free gas for a year? Would that make you be like, all right, I'll do it for 1 year? Also, Franny brought up a good point. It's got to be, if you're with a couple, it has to be both people, so you guys would both benefit. You can't have one saying, I'm going to give it up, and the other one saying no.
Some single dude out there. Yeah, I'll give it up.
Right? Yeah, if it's only one, if you're married or you're a couple or whatever, and only one of you gets the perks from it, you
Then
may
there's
not be
that.
a couple after a year.
Exactly. Yeah. Or a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing? Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Jimmy said he would do it if he had the scores for the NFL week 1. He thought about it for a minute, but he said, I'll do it. Week 1, give me the scores. I had about 9 text messages from my friends. I was like, no, we're not talking to you, buddy. It's a show. It's a scenario. Machine Gun Kelly last night threw out the first pitch at the Cleveland Guardian game. I was a little surprised when I saw him doing it, but he took the ball and he did something crazy. He threw it in the stance. Sometimes when celebrities throw the balls, they're short, they're long, they're way out. Who was the one who did a really bad one? Was it Kanye or
Drake?
Was it Drake?
For some reason,
I thought it was 50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Oh,
All right,
it was
maybe
50, it was 50 Cent
Okay.
with the Mets.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last night, Machine Gun threw the ball into the stands, way into the stands, and walked off.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
he did it intentionally so that...
Yeah, he did it intentionally, excuse me. And a little bit different. Everybody's waiting for him to throw the pitch in there, and he took it and threw it right in the stands. I think there was somebody who caught it, which was cool.
How do you do that now? Because isn't there a net?
I guess he got it over in the net.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
I gotta look at that.
Yeah,
really?
I guess he got it over the net and threw it. I watched it this morning.
I mean, those nets aren't like just 3 foot tall
No.
or something. I mean, they're up there.
Yeah, I might even I was watching this morning like 5 o'clock. It might have been the first level that he got it up to. You know, boom. So that's when I saw it. I don't know. But he's different, Machine Gun Kelly. He's definitely a character. There's no doubt about it. He threw out the first pitch for Cleveland, and that's what he did. I don't know if they'll invite him back or bring him back again, but he threw it into the stands. And I'm sure the person who caught it was probably shocked, saying, what the hell is going on? Yeah, when celebrities do it, it is a little weird sometimes, some of the stuff that happens. But everybody's got their own. He definitely had that plan. There's no doubt about it. But he ended up doing it, and didn't really care after that. Walking off was just like, hey, it is what it is. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm watching it now. I don't. It doesn't look like there's a net, but maybe I just can't see it. But yeah, he runs off the mound, runs over
And
towards
just
the
chucks
stands and chucks it. So yes, it was definitely intentional. He wasn't even trying to throw the first pitch to the catcher.
No way.
He runs away from it.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's just like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. He's different. He's definitely out there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, that was set up. I wonder if there was like a charity involved, or if there was a reason why he did it that way. As far as maybe there was somebody up in the stands he was trying to get it to.
Maybe it was Megan Fox.
He even because he points to somebody too.
Yeah.
Once before he gets off the mound, and then he keeps looking up there, and then he's pointing after somebody caught it. There's a bunch of mascots, too, behind the plate. Hot dogs, for some reason. Dressed up hot dogs.
I saw
hey,
that, too.
Speaking of hot dogs, go to realradio921.com. Look under the Penthouse blog. I posted a trailer for the Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi thing that's coming up here. Hold on, I got some info on it.
How's it look, the trailer? These two guys are going out, the big hot dog kings going back at it.
Yeah. So, the Netflix special is coming up on, I believe it's September 2nd at 12 p.m. So it's the big showdown between Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi. They're doing the hot dog eating contest, right? They're calling it the Legendary Beef, where the two competitive eating legends will go head-to-head for the first time in 15 years in a rematch where the winner takes all. Now, I don't know if you remember. Oh, it's called Unfinished Beef. And Kobayashi was retired, in April or something like that? He just retired. But when this whole thing went down with Joey Chestnut at the 4th of July thing at Nathan's in Coney Island, that's when this really seemed to materialize. We were talking about it then. So Kobayashi's like, yeah, you want one more time at it? And then the Chestnut worked it out and everything with Netflix in order to do this. It's a live event on Netflix, which they're starting to do more and more of, which is pretty neat.
And they put that together quickly because in the talks of us saying that Joey Chestnut was not going to be at the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, we were talking about them doing this Labor Day. So they came up with this fast.
It seemed like it almost like it was a result of it, or in part. Anyway,
possibly, but
like
that's what I'm saying, because it was the same breath of us saying he wasn't going to be there. Like the next day, we were saying that, well, he is going to be doing another hot dog eating contest with Kobayashi.
Right. Now, go to realradio921.com. Like I said, I put up the trailer for this, and I tell you what, I don't know who did the voiceover for it, but it is that super cheesy Kobayashi Chestnut.
I love it.
Unfinished beef. It's really funny as heck. Just for that alone, it's worth it. So Chestnut was banned, if you don't remember, from the Nathan's Coney Island hot dog eating contest following a 6-time reign. And the ban was obviously because he had that deal with Impossible Foods. And Kobayashi, one of the most recognizable names in competitive eating, will also have his chance to reclaim the record that he once had, because he kind of preceded Chestnut. For those that don't really know, because I didn't really know as much about Kobayashi. I mean, Joey Chestnut's a name that we've been hearing for years and years.
He was
and
like
years.
the OG champ when that was a big name with competitive eating before Chestnut did.
So apparently these two are going to go head to head on Netflix September 2nd at 12 p.m. If you're interested, set your timers for that. And let's see, September 2nd, what day is that? What day of the week is that?
I think that's
Monday.
Monday.
Are we on the air?
I think it's Monday. I think it's Labor Day.
That's Labor Day.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's Labor Day. Yeah. Perfect. So we can all watch that at noontime. That'll be great. I'm looking forward to that. Believe it or not, I think that's going to be fun.
Did we ever hear how they did this 4th of July? Like, was it a big miss for them, crowd-wise and TV? I don't think we ever heard it.
How about if I just put it from this standpoint? We didn't talk much about it.
I mean, we did, because there was drama.
Up to it, leading up to it, but once it was done,
but then after the fact, remember, there was the cheating talk about the guy who won.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit more conversation with it.
Yeah, that's what got talked about, the cheating.
Yep.
I just wonder with the crowds, if there was that many people,
the ratings and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
think it was very good.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of ratings they have anyway, but traditionally. But, I mean, Coney Island's always packed that day anyway. It's July 4th, but I don't know how they did that day. But I'm sure people consume this and watch it.
I remember seeing a video of when they were trying to pinpoint when that one dude was allegedly cheating. And it looked like a fairly normal crowd for all I could say, but, I don't know it all that well.
Well, again, like I said, it's July 4th. It's Coney Island. They're gonna get crowd. Now he's not going back next year either, right? Joey.
We don't know. They may work it out.
Yeah, they might. Yeah. I don't think it wasn't a lifetime ban that I know of.
Very interesting. Very interesting in that. 877-927-6969. You can ask us anything you guys want. Also, you can text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. If you're a gentleman and you date somebody with a child, do you think if you go out to dinner, should you pay for the babysitter? This happened to one of my friends last week. He asked me a scenario, what I thought. But do you think you should pay for the babysitter if you're taking the mom out to dinner?
I mean, I personally don't think so. Would it be nice to offer? Yeah, but I don't think you have to.
Well, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I wouldn't expect it. As let's say a single mother, I wouldn't expect it. Would it be nice if the guy offered to? Absolutely. I think anyone would be like, that's really nice and kind of you. But I mean, that's your child. You handle the babysitter if you want to go out of the house.
Take it from somebody who's done it many times. I used to pay for the babysitter all the time. Jimmy, what do you think?
Yeah, but you were married, though. I mean, I
wasn't married when I was dating her.
But when you were were you seriously dating when you started doing it, or did you do it from the beginning?
Did it from the beginning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and that's where so like my initial reaction to that is in the very beginning, no. You know, I think that's just only because you just don't know. You're not a couple yet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just the first couple of dates. Maybe as things progress and you become a very close couple, and you get even more, you get introduced to the child, and you become part of the child's life a little bit more. Even though just at a dating moment, still, you know, you're not married. Is my point. Then maybe I could see where it becomes a shared expense. You know, just. It's maybe some other expenses too get slightly shared. Maybe start living together. You know, other aspects come with it too. But again, that's down the line. I think that's the way I would kind of see it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, she's dating him about a month, and she hinted to him. And then, you know, she goes, you know, if we go out 2-3 times a week, she goes, it adds up for me. So he was asking me what I thought. I said, if you have the means, then you do it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to see her, and like she said, 2-3 times a week is a lot for her to get a babysitter. So
figure 4 hours, $20, $25.
Depending with a scenario like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't pay for a babysitter when, you know, I was in the same scenario as you.
Yeah.
You know, there was children involved when Carla and I first got together, and I don't recall paying for the babysitter on my own or even thinking much about it. But she usually would have friends or somebody that could help out with that too.
Oh, well, that's nice too.
That's a little different scenario, but the children were usually her responsibility, but I took on like rent. And
well, that's different. That's down the road. We're talking the beginning when you're dating.
Yeah.
If you have an opinion on this, let us know. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Let's see. 47142 started off with Real Radio. We got a few things on here. Jordan Childs, the medal controversy about her having to give back the bronze. They said the 3-panel IOC arbitrators that voted to strip her of her bronze medal and give it to Romania gymnast may have a conflict of interest. One of the arbitrators has active ties to Romania. Dun, dun, dun. The plot thickens. So we'll see here. We have NFL Week 1 scores for No Sex for a Year. You don't need a ton of access. Sorry, that went away. You don't need a ton of access. You create parlays with what you have, which pay bigger odds. I would do that because then I could buy a car and pay off all my debt with my winnings. And that's from Sarah. Then we have... we have another one. There's no sidewalks on my walk to and from work. I've had people looking right at me, and if I didn't move, they would hit me while they are driving in the shoulder, where they shouldn't be driving anyways. The ones who do this... don't even slow down other than slowing down to make their right turn. I wear colors and make it hard to miss me. They don't care. Yeah, there's a bunch of douchebag drivers out there. They really are.
Yeah.
And then we have dated a woman with a son. The first date, she paid for the babysitter. The second date, I paid. And some dates, I offered to bring her son along to bond together, but I don't have a problem either way, according to the text line.
That's very nice.
There you go.
877-927-6969. That is the number to call. We'll come back with a trifecta, and then your opportunity to win a gift card to New York Prime. $125. Come on, baby. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go. Dog.
It's a no from science?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Construction still has Lawrence Road shut down between High Paluxo Road and Lantana Road, and 6th Avenue South blocked, Grove Street to Converse Avenue. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
What could you do in about 15 minutes? How about an oil change? Hi, I'm Tavares. Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. Let us guide you in and get you back out on the road on no time. Always quick, but never rushed. Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Join the skateboard community and the Hanley Foundation for food and fun in memory of skateboard enthusiast Corey Bartle at the Bartle Barbecue Hang, Saturday, August 24th from 3 until 6. Raise awareness and support for life-saving treatment and recovery support. Join the half-pipe competition with prizes and see pros Mike Rogers and Zion Wright. RSVP HanleyFoundation.org/BDQ. The Bartle Barbecue Hang, Saturday, August 24th from 3 until 6 at the National Croquet Club. RSVP HanleyFoundation.org/BDQ. Underwritten by Sandy James Fine Food and Productions.
Is your credit on life support? Hey, it's Megan from iHeartRadio. And if you said yes, then Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. So if you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. So if you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 1-800-NEW-KIAs or check them out online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com or stop by in person and tell Mike Wangle and all the sales experts that Megan sent you.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval terms.
High five. Up top. Heck yeah.
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Hello, I'm Laurel Diaz. I'm running for Sheriff of Palm Beach County. We're living in a very dangerous time right now. We have active shooters and terrorist attacks all across our nation. It is important that you have a sheriff that will protect you and your family to the best of his ability. I have a master's degree in Homeland Security and Emergency Management, and I've commanded the toughest divisions of Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and abroad. Do not trust the safety of your family to a social worker. Vote Diaz for Sheriff August 20th. This is a paid political effort. Laurel Diaz for Sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up! Oscar!
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. The NWSL and its players' union, the NWSLPA, have agreed on a new collective bargaining agreement in effect through at least 2030. Sources tell Sportico the new agreement includes increased pay for players and more freedom in player movement. The current 5-year CBA, which expires in 2026, was the first in NWSL history when it was signed in January of 2022. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend, all commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Thanks for always tuning in. Don't forget, you get a keyword, you get an opportunity. Go to Vegas on iHeart. Man, that is great. And you get $1,000. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, last time Conor McGregor fought, he broke his leg, and he hasn't fought since 2021. He was supposed to fight in June, and at the last minute, that got sidetracked, and then there was speculation he might come back for another bout before the year ends. Well, Dana White says no, he's done. He's shut down for 2024, maybe next year. So if you're a fan, you got to wait. Dallas Cowboys and Lamb, still a problem. He's not in camp. He gets fined every day. So far, he's been fined $40,000 for being out of camp. But his good friend Parsons, all-pro linebacker, said he'll be ready game one, and he'll be ready to rock and roll. So if you're a Cowboy fan, maybe that is some good news, and you won't worry about it anymore. It is the top headline, one of the biggest headlines every day in the NFL. And the Yankees won last night 4-1, thanks to Soho, because he hit 3 home runs. He is 1 away from the season total and 2 away from breaking his over-under, which was 36. They won 4-1. Yankees are in first place. Hats off to the Yankees. Even though they're still playing bad, they are in first place. So you can't beat that when you're winning and you're playing bad. And that is your Greek's Trifecta. Peace.
So just a heads up, if you're not paying attention to what's going on there, it looks like Ernesto is now a Cat 1 hurricane because it's just tropical storm. And they said is expected to become a major hurricane by Friday morning. That's the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. But, of course, we're going to pay attention to what's going on. They said we saw significant flooding across Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, we did see. But the spaghetti models show they're on a path towards Bermuda by the weekend. And they're saying for us, what we could look at is dangerous surf and rip currents that could affect Florida and the eastern coast of the U.S.
I bet the surfers are happy.
Yeah, because they say the swells are expected to reach the east coast of the United States by Thursday night and continue on into the weekend. But yeah, they said be careful, right? Because beachgoers should be aware of significant risk of deadly rip currents beginning later on this week. And they're talking specifically here on the east coast of Florida. Sure. Yep. And then 47142 started off with Real Radio. Greek brought up a scenario about a buddy who was wondering if he should pay for a babysitter for a girl he's dating, single mom. And we had a couple people here. Says, I used to watch my girlfriend's kid when she was at work. That's when I found out they are little tape recorders. Have you ever heard of a 3-year-old yell out Come on, douchebag. Yep. They're sponges. They are sponges.
Yes, I have.
Uh-huh. And
Been
then
there. I've done that.
and then somebody else says the first time you pay for the babysitter, they'll be calling you daddy. And then yep. And it says, a man dating a single mother is under no obligation to help her pay for a babysitter. I think it's awful for a woman to ask for that. It is very nice for the man to offer, but he should never be made to feel that it is his responsibility. It's not his child. Maybe just reduce how often you go out and call more often. So there you go. And you can always have your opinion, 47142.
That's the great thing about life. Everybody has a different opinion. There is no opinion that's wrong. There's no opinion that's right. It's all scenarios. Again, you're in a situation, you might feel like, hey, I have to do this or I want to do it, but somebody asks you, it's a little different than wanting to do it. Obviously, like everything else. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Tom Cruise is in the news because of his Olympic finale, what he did, but also there was an article where Nicole Kidman talked about, them working together and also about her relationship with him. And he doesn't want to hear it, he says. He doesn't want to hear anything about his marriage to her. It was years and years and years ago, and he really doesn't want it brought up. Tom Cruise supposedly doesn't like anybody talking about him in any shape or form. It does bother him. But that's Cruise. He's a megastar, but I don't think he's going to shut up Nicole Kidman. I think she might talk about it more because he said something like that. But that's who he is. He's very much a loner, too, to himself, as what people have said over the years. Didn't have a great relationship with his daughter, but he's, except for the person he's dating, he's always plugged into whatever movie's on. And it seems like that's all he does is make movies for years and years and years. And that's what he loves to do. But, if you got something to say to somebody you don't want to talk about, I think you got to pick up the phone or text the person and say, hey, could you shut it down? But I don't know if she's going to do that because she's who she is.
Yeah,
too.
but according, so this is all sources. It's not her. It's not him. He's like, I want her to, I said goodbye to that chapter in my life so long ago. I don't understand why she can't do the same, especially since she's so supposedly happy with Keith. And it does seem like her and Keith Urban have a fantastic marriage. It seems like it. But they're saying for her, she's like, it's just nonsense because she's just answering questions, right, that pertain to her career and whatever. But she said there's no denying that sometimes she will love to go into detail about Tom's creative genius. So she's saying good things. It's not necessarily going about the relationship.
So it's a little odd.
Yeah.
Because when you hear
this is hearsay. We're not hearing him say it, and we're not hearing her. This is all sources that then make it to the tabloids.
Yeah, he doesn't say much, like I said. He's pretty much a loner. He just does his thing. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. Wasn't involved with the child for a long time, which was very odd to me. But that's just the way Tom Cruise.
I don't think he still is with Surrey, the one that he had with Katie Holmes.
Yeah, it just blows my mind that he's not involved. But, to be a father is an honor.
Is it possible that it's just being kept under wraps because he wants to be private?
I guess anything's possible.
I think it has a lot to do with Scientology. I think it has a lot to do with Katie Holmes removing themselves from it. I do. Her and her daughter.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I just, it's when somebody says that they want to be private and we don't hear much about his involvement with the child, is it possibly because of that or is it other reasons too? And that's a very plausible point you bring up, Franny.
Yep.
Again, every situation, like you said, Jimmy, we don't know.
She ditched his last name, right? So that tells you a lot there.
Oh, right there, yeah.
She's already ditched. He didn't show up to her graduation.
Right.
That says a lot there.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yep.
That's a little bit of not a cool move as a dad. To be a dad, it's an honor. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. If you guys want to get involved in anything, you always can call us and ask Francis or Jimmy anything you want. And we had a couple different scenarios earlier today. What would you give up sex for a year for? Gotta be something. Scores for first week in the NFL. Most people said yes. Gas for a year. Starbucks for a year. Let us know. Would there be something that you'd be like, okay, groceries from one person. Let's not say a family, because a family, it's easy. Everybody's going to do that. Just say one person.
So we always hear about these crazy scenarios that are happening at weddings, and this is the latest. I want to know how you feel about this. So Nova and Remo said that they've saved up for a long time for their dream wedding. And not as many people showed up as they thought, but you'll find out why. So funding your nuptials these days, and even beforehand, it can be a wallet emptying experience. But a couple, these two figured out a way to take up some of the financial pressure off, right? So
GoFundMe?
Probably would have been the same reaction they would have got. They actually sold tickets to their wedding.
Oh.
So, Nova.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yep. So, Nova Style boasted on TikTok of her nuptials to her husband, Remo, explaining that the idea to do so came about once they realized how steep their big day was going to be. That's because the 12-hour New York City celebration they dreamed of, 12 hours, with 350 guests in attendance that they wanted, that they invited.
Oh, so we're talking about prima donnas here.
Was drawing estimates of at least $150,000 from various venues and vendors across the Big Apple. And of course, yes, it's a Big Apple too.
How much did they get?
But 12 hours. I'm not done yet with this.
No, but I'm saying, how much was the estimates? Did you say the amount of money?
150 at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 12 hours. 350 people is a ton.
So instead of giving up their dream, they got creative, opting to charge their guests $333 per ticket to attend.
Stick it.
Yep. For that entry fee, attendees were treated to a seat for the ceremony at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Right, that's iconic. If you're there. Allowed or followed by a tour to select NYC landmarks and a double-decker bus. So this is all part of their dream they wanted to do.
Oh, nice.
Steak and lobster reception at the Freedom Tower.
Oh,
that sounds nice, right?
Well, all right.
Remo wasn't initially sure about the idea.
Maybe I'm in now. Hold on.
It's actually cheap.
I mean, $333 if you get all that, right?
Yeah,
No.
that's pretty cheap.
And then it says Remo wasn't initially sure about the idea, but he was like, "Babe, people are going to come." He said, he told his bride. But out of how many did I say? 350 they wanted? 60 guests did actually sign up for this swanky scheme. Plus, the couple says they saved about $70,000, which they said earmark instead of their starting a family fund. They'll put it there.
Okay.
They even considered establishing a foundation for couples going through IVF treatment with some of the money that they saved.
Nice.
They said more than a few on the internet aren't so sure about this trend of charging wedding guests. They were like, oh, talk about tacky, somebody said. But another wrote, I'd like one of those tickets. I mean, saying like, for all you got, they're like, as Jimmy said, it's not that bad.
No, it's
and
not.
then other people caught it being very rude, and they said, some ridiculous things on here, of course. So yes, when you think about it, it does sound very tacky, charging your guests.
But it's not a lot of money.
But they're like, all right, well, of course, the 350 people invited, only 60 showed up. But they look at it, it was like, oh, it's kind of a win because we saved money. We did have people show up. We got to do the things that we wanted to do.
What was the price? I'm sorry.
$350.
$333. $333,
A
right?
person.
So you got
Per person?
Yep. So you went to St. Patrick's Cathedral for the ceremony, tour to NYC landmarks and a double-decker bus, and a steak and lobster reception at the Freedom Tower.
And a bunch ended up going to charity, huh?
Well, no. So, that the 6 that paid, they said that they saved. So I guess they, in their mind, that's the amount of money that they had a certain amount they were going to spend too, besides charging the guests $333. So they said that they saved $70,000 all in all.
Well, yeah.
Because it was
I'm
a
sure of
smaller
that.
wedding too.
Right.
Clearly.
I thought there was there was a charity involved there.
Well, no. So they said they saved it, and they said that they were going to put a starting family fund, and then they considered establishing a foundation for couples going through IVF.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Mm-hmm. But this is after the fact. It's not like they were telling people, "Oh, with that $333."
Oh, all right.
This is with the money they saved.
Okay.
So for a couple, you got to give them almost $700, basically. Yes. I mean, that's where people would look at it, that it was
Of course. I would never do that. But to them, they saw it as a win.
But I mean, if you made it more reasonable, I think people would do it. Say you said $100 a person and come to my wedding. I mean, that's basically, a lot of times you're covering a nut. It depends on where the place is, what you should give. I mean, a lot of times traditionally people would say you want to try to cover your seat monetarily for a gift if you can.
I think it's how it's the approaches, right?
Sure.
I mean, doesn't that make a difference too on something like this? Because the initial reaction is you see the headline and you think, couple charges to go to their wedding, right?
Yeah,
I mean, when you see that, it jumps immediately. Because I even reacted to it that way, like, oh boy, that's terrible. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But if you kind of get down to it, it almost sounds like they put a little mini vacation package together where you get all this stuff for all this money, and you get a 12-hour excursion through the city, and you have a good time. You get a tour, you get fed, you get to go see the tower and Freedom Tower and a bunch of different things. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
At $700 a couple. That's basically what you probably would have spent.
I mean, does that? So you don't give a gift on top of that?
I wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, with that $330 you're spending on a ticket, you should not. If you're expecting people to pay to go to your wedding, you shouldn't expect them to give you a gift too.
Right. So if that's the case, then what would you, for something like that, what would you get for a gift?
Right? You think you spend, like you said, 100. You think you spent, I don't know, 150 on a gift or something like that?
I mean,
normally?
it's steep. I'm not saying it's not steep. I mean, $333 a person is quite a bit of money. No, I'm not trying to deny that.
But that's what you would spend.
Considering you got a 12-hour excursion that goes with it.
That's what you would spend, at least as a couple. You'd spend $700 to do all that stuff in New York. Easy. I mean, dinner for two is going to be $400. So, I mean, right there, a steak and lobster. I mean, so maybe they should raise the price. It was too cheap. I think in the beginning, people would be like, what are you doing? But I think if it was like $100, you would get people to do it. And then they feel like, at least I'm locked into this and I know what I'm getting. But everybody's different.
It is a different approach to it that I don't know if I've ever heard something like that before. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, when you first hear it, you got to be like, what are you kidding me? I got to give them money. But then when you break down, they're giving you a lot. You're not just going to their wedding. You know what I mean? So
I come up with a different idea than saying that you're selling tickets to your wedding, right? Because that kind of gives off a bad vibe. I mean, if you really wanted to do it in a nice way. Well, speaking of dinners that aren't that expensive, but very nice, New York Prime has a great dinner. We've got a $125 gift card to New York Prime that we want to give you. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969, 877-927-6969. It's Wednesday. That means we're playing 3-Word Wednesday, and that's where I give you 3-word clues, and you have to come up with a word that would be associated with those initial 3 that I gave you. Now, a little hint. Oftentimes, the words that I give you will go in front of or in back of the word that we're looking for, so that kind of helps narrow it down a little bit. Since we've given that hint, it seems to have made it a little bit easier for people to pick up. You want to go to New York Prime with a $125 gift card? Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. Look at that. The phone lines are already full. I'm going to get some people lined up, and we'll get going in a minute.
Yes, put me in, coach. And that is the new slogan for Tito's Handmade Vodka this football season. Put me in with some Tito's. Make sure anytime you're having an event or just want to kick back and enjoy yourself, it's always Tito's Handmade Vodka. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you want to try to win a gift card to New York Prime for $125, you'll enjoy a great meal with a perfect atmosphere and a great staff. And if I'm in the house, I will park your car. How is that? You can't beat that for just to win it on a radio station. Real Radio, every day we have a giveaway at 11:45. And we appreciate you guys listening to R&R, listening to Rover, listening to the Greek Zone, listening to the Locker Room, and the News Junkies after us. It's 877-927-6969. Still on the table, what would you want to give up sex for a year? Would it be maybe gas for a year? Starbucks for a year? Johnny Walker for a year? Maybe something like that. You let us know. Maybe somebody folds your clothes for a year. Because everybody says they hate folding clothes. I enjoy it, actually. It relaxes me. If I had a big game and it didn't go my way, I would fold some clothes. And by the end of the time, it just
Our buddy
really...
Neon Leon, he enjoys it too. I even got a great offer from him. I was like, yes, come over and fold my clothes.
Did he say what? That's
he
awesome.
even has like the little tools to fold T-shirts and stuff with. I was like, so neat.
Oh, that little board?
Yeah.
If you're good, Leah, you don't need the board. You can do a perfect Armani fold. They're perfect. And then when you open the door, when you open the closet or the drawer, it should be perfect. But you're like, right there, right across. I always know when anybody went into my drawer. I'd be like, all right, who went in my drawer? What were you looking for? 877-927-6969. Chance to win a gift card to New York Prime, $125. I've eaten at many restaurants in this great country, and it is the best, bar none. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we're starting today's contest with Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the Penthouse. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. Do you like steak?
I do.
All right. You don't sound jacked up there, Brandon. Come on, give me a little juice.
I gotta win it, man. Come on.
All right.
All right, Brandon, let's see if we can get you set up with a $125 gift card to New York Prime. I'm going to give you 3 words, Brandon. It's 3-Word Wednesday. You got to give us the word that's associated with those 3, okay, buddy? Now, typically, the word that we're looking for will go in front of or in back of the other 3, just to give you a little bit of a hint. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here is your 3 words. Night, wrist, stop. Night, wrist, stop. What word would go with night, wrist, stop? You got 10 seconds.
Watch.
Nice. That's how you do it right there, kids. Matter of fact, you got it so fast, I didn't even get the winner's bell ready for you. So here, have a zipper. I got that ready for you. So nice job, Brandon. Francis approved sound effect for being a winner. Great job, Brandon. I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for a couple minutes when we go to break, I'm going to get back on the line with you off air, and we'll get you set up with that gift card. Okay, buddy?
Awesome. Thank you all very much.
All right.
Congrats.
Nice job.
Since you gave the hint, they're doing very, very well. Before the hint, they weren't doing so well. They're tough. I mean, they're really hard to get some of those. Great game, by the way, Jimmy came up with. And always want to thank everybody, Jimmy, and obviously for doing it. We appreciate that. And you guys for listening. But that's a bonus you get. Not only do you get a great show every day and talent at you for free, you got a giveaway. Who doesn't want that? That is pretty awesome. 877-927-6969. What would you give up? Would you give up sex, for something you would want for a year? What is it? Is it groceries? Is it gas? Starbucks? Let us know. Something that you could, maybe you could be the boss for a year. How's that? You could be boss at your job for a whole year if you gave up sex. Would that be something that you'd be like, ooh, get a driver? How about if we got you a driver for 1 year every day to and from work? I don't know if I would do that. A driver? Man, maybe not. But call us or text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Greek, why was the coach yelling at a vending machine?
Why was the coach yelling at a vending machine? I just heard this. Oh, God. Tongue to my tongue. Go ahead.
He wanted his quarter back.
Oh, I knew that was it. I just heard that.
Put that book away.
That was awesome. I just heard that freaking thing, too. That was awesome. We got to save that for opening day. Oh, that is awesome. I'm going to use the blank out of that one. Wanted his quarterback. Pretty awesome there. Pretty awesome. Don't forget, we are at the home of the Gators on the 31st. The Gators are taking on the Canes. Canes. Still a great Halloween costume if you want to be Sebastian. It is going to be a great game, and you could hear it here on Real Radio. 3:30 is kickoff. 12:30 is the pregame.
Don't forget, too, with the Gator game, you also get the Coaches Show. That's every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Real Radio. The first one is actually starting 2 weeks before their first game, the 22nd.
Wow,
so
that's next week.
August 22nd will be the first Florida Gators Coaches Show coming up, and we'll have that each Thursday as they are presented.
And if you like the Dolphins, it's the Treasure Coast, baby. TC 1017. You get the Dolphins all season long. Is this the year the Dolphins win a division and actually win a playoff game? They haven't done it in 23 years. Wouldn't you like to hear it? If they do it this year, well, you can hear it on 1017. Be awesome. No, you say no. You say
as a Bills fan, of course, I got to say no. But hey, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I had to put money on it. I would say that the Dolphins win the division.
You can have it. There's a bet right now. One of the sites that the Dolphins' first two games lose. They got the Jaguars and Buffalo Thursday. Two tough games.
Yep.
4 days later, they're taking on your Bills.
Yep.
That could happen. And that would really be the bad start of a season.
Then they got Seattle, they got Tennessee after that, and then the Patriots, and then a bye week. That's their first 6 weeks.
They could go 6-0 too. They really could. They got some opportunities there to make some hay. And Tennessee, they should have some payback for them for last year.
Yeah,
when they were up 13.
That's really where they ran into some problems last year. Was that Tennessee game?
They could have won the division.
Speaking of football, the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl in quite a while. Matter of fact, I like the way that this article puts it. They haven't won a Super Bowl since Dak Prescott was 2.5 years old.
Really? It's 29 years.
I actually like the way they put it into perspective that way. I think it was 96. But anyway, that hasn't kept them from being the most highest value team
no doubt
out there, right? So, matter of fact, so much so that they broke the $10 billion mark. That's according to Sportico. They released franchise valuations for the top 10 NFL teams Tuesday, and the Cowboys were head and shoulders on top of that list. Now, I don't think that's a surprise.
Nope.
They've always been the top there.
Yeah.
But they are now currently, according to this, at $10.32 billion. I think the reality is it would be much more than that. If Jerry ever did decide to sell the team, he'd probably get more than that. But that is where they rate that. The Rams are next. They are $7.79 billion, ranked second on the list by Sportico, followed by the Giants at $7.65. The Patriots next is $7.31 billion, and San Francisco at $6.86 billion. Yes, that's what it be. AFC East rivals, the New York Jets, are at $6.8 billion, and Miami Dolphins at $6.76 billion, ranked 6th and 7th respectively on the list. And the final two NFC East representatives are the Eagles and the Washington Commanders, $6.75 and $6.3 billion each. And Raiders there at 6.7. They round out the top 10. All 32 NFL franchises collectively are worth $190 billion, including team-related businesses and real estate held by the owners. So that's what the current evaluation are on the top 10 NFL teams. Not doing too shabby. And I'm sure that number will just keep going up and up and up and up.
Dolphins in there. I'm surprised. Very good.
Top 10. Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts and a lot more. Peace.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Construction has A18 closed between Ocean Boulevard and Old Dixie Highway in Jupiter. Watch for roadwork Beeline Highway, Blue Heron Boulevard to North Lake Boulevard. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line. Pound 250 keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Hey, it's Franny. Ready to sell your car without the hassle? Go to GiveMeTheVIN.com. Whether it's your daily driver, SUV, classic muscle car, or exotic ride, they buy it all. Enter your VIN or license plate number and get a top offer in minutes. Guaranteed to beat CarMax or they'll pay you $100. It's fast, easy, and you can even sell your classic car at GMTVCC.com. Sell your car the smart way with GiveMeTheVIN.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it. So your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty. Because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. It's a hot, humid one. Highs in the low to mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. We'll see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, helping to increase the rain chance. Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. And looks like the weather's a little mishy-mishy, but hopefully it gets better. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hola.
And it is time for some fun facts.
It's Freddy's Fun Facts. All right. Well, we are going to talk about what one of the holidays is. It's August 14th. I like to tell you what's going on. It's World Lizard Day, if you enjoy some lizards. It's also National Tattoo Removal Day.
Mm-hmm.
So say goodbye to that almost permanent mistake and make room for something new.
Get rid of that tramp stamp.
Do it, girl. Or boy. National Financial Awareness Day.
Or boy.
I know a couple guys who have tramp stamps.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
National Creamsicle Day. And something that we're going to get into, a bit more serious, but not too serious. It's Social Security Day. So I have some interesting facts you may or may not know. President Roosevelt, Great Depression, and the birth of Social Security. Social Security was born during the Great Depression. President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act into law on August 14th, 1935, as part of the New Deal, which was intended to help those in need of those who were facing economic hardship at the time. If you were not aware, that 9-digit Social Security number, some people don't know this, isn't just the luck of the draw. It contains information about where and when it was issued. The first 3 digits represents the area number. The next 2 digits represent the group number, and the last 4 digits are the serial number. Knowing this can help you identify where a person's Social Security number was issued. They also said it wasn't invented to pay everyone. Initially, Social Security excluded certain professions, farm workers, domestic workers, and government employees. These exclusions have since been amended, making the program more inclusive for everybody. They said if you want, you can quickly look up, and I didn't know this, you can quickly look up your Social Security earning history.
Yes.
Did you know you can review your earning history? It's a terrific way to ensure your future benefits are accurate. You can access your statements. SSA.gov. That is the official Social Security website.
They also, I think, periodically mail it to you.
I have never.
Yeah, but you
Really?
might not. Yeah,
No.
you might not be in the close enough yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've gotten them mailed?
I have, yeah.
Have you ever looked up your earnings history?
I've never looked it up to see
Your earnings history?
online, but I have had it mailed.
Okay.
Yeah. I was surprised that you said you haven't.
I think she's too young. I think it starts I think when you're 50, it starts. I think. I'm not sure. But they also break it down for you, which is good. Like if you want to take it at a certain age, you can start taking it.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't realize.
You can look that up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say here. Like Social Security also pays benefits to non-retirees. While many people associate Social Security with retirement, it provides financial support to more than just retirees. It offers disability benefits for individuals who can no longer work and survivor benefits for the families of deceased workers. You can work and still collect Social Security benefits.
Yes.
You can receive Social Security benefits and work at the same time. However, if you're younger than your full retirement age, which is known as FRA, and you make more than the yearly earnings limit amount, the Social Security Administration will reduce your benefits, though you'll eventually be made whole down the line. If you were not aware.
Yeah, but once you take it, that's it. You're done. That's the one thing people don't realize sometimes. Like if you go, I'm going to take it now, that's it. If you take it away, it doesn't change 5 years from now or something like that. So you got to be careful.
The very first Social Security recipient was a secretary from Vermont, Ida Mae Fuller. A retired legal secretary from Vermont was the first ever person to receive a retirement benefit check from the Social Security Administration. It was on January 31st, 1940. Miss Fuller, whose Social Security number was 001010001, received a huge check in the amount of $22.54. She would continue to receive monthly benefits for 35 years until she passed away in 1975. And then finally here, maybe some things you are or are not aware of about Social Security. Your ex-spouse may be able to claim Social Security on your record, and it will not impact you, though. If you're divorced, your ex-spouse can receive benefits based on your record, even if you've remarried. But these restrictions and others may apply. Your marriage must have lasted 10 years or longer. Your ex-spouse must be unmarried, and he or she must be at least 62 years of age. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Now, my mom gets my dad's.
You've said that.
And and when she told me, you knew, I was shocked.
Yeah, you've said that. But yeah, she was unmarried, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were married 25 years.
At least 62 years of age, yes. Married lasted 10 years, so yeah.
And my
It
dad
happens.
had the max that you can get, which was a ton of money. And I remember when she first told me, it was about, 3 months maybe after my dad passed, and I didn't have the knowledge. Obviously, where she lives, there's a lot of people older, and they talked to her about it. And she called up, and she's been getting it for 9 years now.
She should have collected her own.
Yeah, she did.
Too, yeah.
But then she got his when he passed away. But my mom's and my dad's was night and day.
Oh, yeah.
Because my mom never really, she worked sparingly through her life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But my dad worked full time.
But he got remarried, right? How long were they together for?
9 years.
Oh, so she missed the mark.
Well, that's all right. She got $3 million, so she did
okay.
When she got divorced, she got a ton of money. But still, my
Because it
mom.
does say, I wasn't aware, you said it before,
Yeah.
and now reading this, but yeah, married lasted 10 years or longer.
Yeah.
And you have to be unmarried too as an ex-spouse. But that's crazy to me that even divorced, you could still receive your ex's benefits.
And the other thing, too, which is that I really couldn't grasp my head on, was my mom was remarried for about years ago, and he passed away.
Okay.
And when he
that's
passed,
interesting.
Yeah, she was able to get my dad's over the gentleman
Well,
she
of
married.
course, but I guess maybe unmarried at the I don't know, how's that work? Because she did get married and it says unmarried.
Mm-hmm. She was only married a year, but it was years later,
Okay.
and and then my dad was like 15 years later after that.
She was unmarried when she collected.
Yes.
So is that
Right.
I guess maybe is
So
that how that works?
I guess. yeah.
Okay. All right.
The divorce part is I didn't realize that. I never would have thought of that.
Me either. I figured once you're divorced, you're done.
Right.
You kind of get separated from that.
Yeah, you would think that. But there are a lot of, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, especially today, that fall into that category of, 10 years and, hey, we're divorced, you're not married, and I'll get my exes, which is.
Or may not even know about it.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
I think, Jimmy, you're right more about that one.
Siblings can get it too.
Can they really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see
that's
anything
something
about that.
No, nothing in there.
I mean,
on that?
this may not have. This is.
Yeah. I never heard of that.
May
but
not
who
have
knows?
everything.
But
There
yeah,
was
it is rare.
There was something that Katie got from her biological father. Maybe it was his pension, and not part of his pension, and not part of Social Security. I thought it was Social Security though.
It might be pension.
Because when she turned 18, it stopped, and I thought that was because of the government, but I could be wrong on that.
But that's still a very unique situation. I mean,
It is
for my mom.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm like,
100%. But now seeing that, yes, I mean that's exactly why.
yeah. It's very unique. And obviously there's speculation. They always talk about Social Security running out.
And I did see like ARP was going through this like myths and facts, right, about it. And one of the myths, number one myth was Social Security is going broke. They said the facts, as long as workers' employers pay payroll taxes, Social Security will not run out of money. It's a pay-as-you-go system. Revenue comes from FICA, and they said Social Security does face funding challenges. For decades, it's collected more than it paid out, building a surplus that stood at $2.79 trillion at the end of 2023. But the system is starting to pay out more than it takes in, largely because retiree population is growing faster than the working population and living longer.
That's the problem.
Yep.
Right?
So they say
when you do the math that way, right, technically they would run out. Here's the bottom line. They're going to fund it. They're going to fund that.
They're saying without changes in how Social Security is financed, the surplus is projected to run out in 2035. And that's according to the latest annual report. But they said even then, Social Security won't be broke. It will still collect tax revenue and pay benefits, but it will only bring in enough to pay 83% of scheduled benefits, according to the latest estimates.
And obviously, too, people are living longer. I mean, that's a big thing, too.
That's what they said.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. But there's a lot of different things with all this stuff that you really need to go online or call them up and ask questions so you are aware. I had a buddy of mine who got his when he was 63, did not realize it was done. Now, he's not. He thought when he was like 70, he was going to get more. And then he realized he didn't look into it. That's it. Once you grab it, you grab it. 877-927-6969. Jimmy, I know you have a very unique story.
Here is
very shady.
So this is something that you got to wonder what happened. Maybe it was just a matter of the kid got scared, right? So apparently a driver crashed into somebody's house. And after they did so, and they talked to the homeowner, they offered the homeowner $50,000 if they wouldn't call the police. So here's a little bit more of the details of it. If you're rich, maybe you have made some mistakes, and for a price, you can get out of it. But a woman in Virginia was jolted awake in the middle of the night when a car crashed into her home. She thought it was a tornado, believe it or not, at first. Police say a 2017 yellow Dodge Charger veered off the road at a very high speed. They're estimating maybe over 100 miles per hour.
Wow.
Hit a fence, careened across the yard, ripped through an above-ground pool, and slammed into the deck of this house. The homeowner says that when she confronted the driver, the guy offered her $50,000 if she wouldn't call the police. He said, or she said, sorry about that. She said, he offered me lots of money and said his dad was a millionaire. And I was like, nah, I'm calling the police anyway. He then ran off, leaving the car on her property. The police had identified the suspect. Obviously, that wasn't too hard to track down because the car was there. It's unclear if they've arrested him yet and what's going to happen with it. Thankfully, it doesn't sound like anybody was hurt. So that's obviously first and foremost, you care about that, right? Want to make sure nobody was hurt. But and the other thing was, too, part of the article was talking about, well, how did they come up with that number? Like, he's right there. He just crashed. So, let's see. The pool, that's about this much. And the deck is about this much. And the house damage is about this much.
$50,000.
How about 50 grand? 50 grand make it good? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, but yeah, she was like, I don't trust that. I don't.
No.
How do I know your daddy really has that money?
Now,
Show me the money first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is that cash?
Show me the money.
We talking cash here?
Yep.
Now, would that have been different if you had it on him?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. If he had, like, if he busted out a briefcase and was like, "How about this?" You might be like, "All right."
I've heard that before with people with different stories. A couple people that I know that's happened to over the years, and the same thing. They all call the police, but not big money.
You have to.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, if I give you 300, you know what I mean, or 500, we not call the cops, and you can fix this dent or whatever. But you should always call the police.
Well, a little minor fender benders. I'm sure that happens quite a bit.
Yes.
And,
That's what I'm talking
you
about.
wonder. I mean,
Yeah, but when you
that-
like hit
is
an
that
entire
worthwhile?
house, I don't know. And not just that, she maybe not have like she was like, "What if I have way more damage than $50,000 worth?"
Oh, yeah, you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know. But if he had the cash and he opened up his trunk and said, "Here's 50 dimes," and she might have been like, "Whoa, that's a lot."
Okay.
Yeah, I could see.
At that point, you accept it, but there's no transaction of it. There's no proof of it.
I could also see people doing stuff like that. God forbid if they're on revoke lists, you know, and they're not supposed to be driving. You know, they get scared.
What's your initial reaction to that?
Yeah, something like that.
Dude was drunk.
Yeah, drunk or he's driving without a license.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or he's had 10 accidents. One more, he's going to lose his license.
Yep. Driving 100 miles an hour in a sports car.
You hit a house.
Probably half in the bag, and he crashed and said, oh, boy, I don't want any of this problem here.
Yeah.
Here's $50,000.
That's why if you're on those lists, carry $50,000 at all times.
At least, yes, you should have cash on you at all times, especially driving through Boca.
Those people probably already have cash on them.
877-927-6969. What would you do if you got into an accident and somebody said, I'll offer you money and let's just bury it? Don't call the police. Everybody, I'm sure it happens a lot. We're not talking a major accident. Like Jimmy said, a fender bender.
Yeah, but what are we talking money, too? How much? Right? It just depends. You said offer you money, but I think it just depends on how much they offered you.
Say they said $3,000. They hit the back of your car. You got a dent. I give you $3,000.
Nah.
Yeah. How about $5,000?
No.
10, and I'll throw in dinner.
No.
We don't sit at the same table.
Oh, all right. That's the case.
Then you'll take it.
I'm in. You sold me.
So George Clooney's on a cover of GQ. Not surprised. Him and Brad Pitt talking about their 20 years in Hollywood and they're good friends. Quentin Tarantino, I guess, when he's talking about movie stars, he said, George Clooney, I don't think of him as a movie star. Clooney got really mad. I can't believe George Clooney got mad. He came at Tarantino hard.
Well, I mean, they've worked together,
Yeah.
so I think he did. And he's irritated with him. I don't know if they're going hard because he basically was like, well, he slammed me, so I'm slamming him back is how it worked out.
Yeah, but if you don't care, you don't even say anything. But yeah, Clooney got a little mad when he said that. He said, I don't consider him a movie star. Clooney's a movie
But
star.
Quentin, he said in GQ, this is an interview, he said, Quentin said some S-bomb about me recently, so I'm a little irritated at him, is what he said. It doesn't sound like he's completely pissed off, but he said he did some interview while he was naming movie stars, and he was talking about you and somebody else. And then this guy goes, well, what about George? He goes, he's not a movie star. And then he literally said something like, name me a movie since the millennium. So Clooney said this put his nose out of joint. He said, I was like, since the millennium, that's kind of my whole effing career. And so he continued on. He was like, so now I'm like, all right, dude, F off. I don't mind giving him S-bomb because he gave me S-bomb.
Yeah,
so
so
that's
he
it.
does
He's
care.
just throwing it back. He's just throwing it back at him.
Then he added, quote, but now, look, we're really lucky we got to work with these great directors. It seems like it was a little tongue-in-cheek.
That's how I took it,
Yeah,
too.
that's the way I did, too, when you read a little deeper into it. But the headlines are sensational that
Of
way.
course.
You know, of course.
Well, they got to get you to read.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the Penthouse. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
Just like Riggs, he just called into the Penthouse. Riggs, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
What's up, guys? Beautiful day here in Cincinnati, so I figured I'd check in with my favorite radio show.
Oh, we love when you call us. How are you today?
How are they doing?
Rover was doing pretty good. Jim, you totally stepped on my joke, but that's okay.
Did I steal it from you?
Son of a guy.
Bring your A game, bitch.
I'm trying, but with Jimmy in the room, it's hard, man. He'll front run you like a mofo. I mean, George Clooney is okay, you know, like
he's a movie star, though. He's definitely a movie star.
Yeah. You think so?
I do. If it was a choice between having dinner between him and Quentin Tarantino, I don't even think I'd show up for Quentin Tarantino. I would show up for David Clooney. He seems a little whack.
I'm a fan of Quentin Tarantino.
I think his work's great.
Yeah.
His work's great. He's very, very out there in a lot of ways. But
How
Clooney's
about,
cuter.
Brad Pitt or George Clooney? Who do you think would be a bigger movie star?
Man, that's
Tough.
that's pretty equal.
It's tough.
I guess it depends on how you measure it. If I would say like looks and,
They're both
and
studs.
ability to, looks is who?
That's tough.
Brad's more of my type, I guess, but they're both good looking. I would say as of now, maybe because I feel like Brad Pitt has had more movies as of late than George Clooney has. George Clooney has been more behind the scenes.
Yeah, and he got involved in other things, the liquor. He got married, politics. So he stepped a little bit away from Hollywood. But they
But
both.
it doesn't. I mean, just still bigger star. That's a tough one.
I'm going to go with Clooney.
Yeah,
by a little bit,
Really?
not much.
Yeah, I think Brad Pitt has the ability to descend into a role, a wider range of roles. Like you can put him in any role you look. Whereas Clooney has a certain like him and Kevin Costner. they have to act a certain way. And in any role, you can see a little variation, but it's the same kind of fundamental acting style.
I get where you're coming from.
I think. Yeah.
I mean, they're both cute.
Yeah. On the Social Security piece.
Yeah.
Do you think you should collect it if you're loaded?
Do I think you should collect it if you're loaded?
Yeah, that's one of the questions.
A reverse means test. Like you have to show you don't need it, then or you need it before you get it, or I guess the means test.
Well, I mean, they could go up with something if they ever want to come up with something like if you have X saved or whatever, you don't get it. I'm sure there'd be a bigger pose to that, but I'm sure it would last longer for the rest of the country.
Yeah. No, I'm like looking at some people around me, and they definitely don't need it, but they still collect it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I know how you feel because you paid into it.
Yeah.
But if they're projecting a shortfall, then what gives?
The thing is, how do you measure that, Riggs? And I mean, if you go by an annual salary that you create, that you earned up to a certain age, or something along those lines, but that's a national thing, obviously, with Social Security. Yet, somebody that makes $100,000 in one state and makes $100,000 in another state, you could have one person could be almost poor, depending on where you live. So I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. I don't know how you would measure that.
And I think the other thing too is if somebody starts collecting it, say in the early, 60s or mid 60s, 70s, and you could be very well off, then all of a sudden you could lose your money. So as you lose in the stock market or something like that, and then you may need it. That's tough too.
Yeah. Yeah, then you go, it's like, hey, all those years I deferred payments, can I have those back? I changed my mind.
They'll tell you to screw.
Yeah, for sure I would.
But it's different, like I said.
It's the other thing too is we're starting to hear more and more where people are trying to measure people's value by how much they're worth. And a lot of times when you see that, it's not fair because what you have in stocks or bonds or things like that. I mean, it's value, but it's not something that you have.
It's not liquid.
Tangible. It's not liquid, right? But is there an idea that somewhere along the lines, if you have a certain amount of money, such as $50 million or $100 million, where you're not eligible for Social Security anymore? I don't know. Maybe it's a plausible idea.
Yeah. Hey, on that car crash where the guy offered $50,000 training, or whoever was selling. Sorry, what I would say is forget the ability to pay. I would be worried about what he's running from and whether I'd be aiding and abetting by letting him go or enabling him getting away from whatever he was running so fast from. That's why I'd refuse the money. I'd be like, I don't know what happened before this guy got here. And if they catch him, they're going to be like, hey, who helped you? It's like, well, I gave Riggs $50,000 and he helped me out. Can you reduce my sentence kind of thing?
I saw him prove it. Did you see him give me the money, officer? What do you got, huh, pal?
Yeah. Or I would be like, for $50K, not worth it, the headache. Like, let's talk real money before you.
Well, you're on the side of the road.
You're talking at least six figures, right, Riggs?
You're on the side of the road. I mean, $50,000, that's pretty good for a guy to come up with. Whether or not he has it, I don't know.
And that's another reason. I mean, if this dude actually seriously offered this lady that money, the other part of it, too, is, all right, fine, you don't call the cops, but the car's totaled. I mean, you're not just driving away, right? I mean, so you still got to get a tow truck and all that. But
I mean, hey, the guy has it. He's just paying cash for the tow truck to get his car fixed.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
He had that cash.
And it's different, too. Like I said, just say the guy had it on him. Then I think it's a tough.
I'm so sorry if you said. Did you say what kind of car he was driving?
Yeah, it was a 2017 Dodge Charger, I think it was.
All right.
Yeah, Dodge Charger, 2017 yellow Dodge Charger.
I'm trying to think if Dad's a millionaire. I'm trying to think of the kind of car.
You can go either way with that car. Yeah,
that one's a tough one to figure out.
Yeah.
It's a good scenario to be in.
Well, other than the
what? Oh my God!
It's a good scenario to be in to have your house hit by a vehicle.
You get $50,000.
Smash your car up somebody's yard.
Great.
Yeah, it's an awesome
situation.
Yeah.
You get $50. I mean, come on. You put it on UNLV August 31st, getting 2.5. Birds! Rick, silver lining.
Silver lining guy. I was just going to say that. Good. Yeah, no, I love that about you, Greek. You're Mr. Spin. I agree.
I mean, cash is cash. What are you going to do? You fix the house down the road.
Yeah.
Just live with a hole in it.
All right.
It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Who cares?
You go down to Hard Rock, put it on a number, see what
Spend
happens.
that cash. Don't fix your house.
Put some duct tape on it.
Yeah.
As long as you got cash,
Who's
it's all
gonna
that counts.
know? It's
Money.
a great story if somebody comes over. What happened? You're never gonna believe this. This guy ran into my house and gave me $50,000. Crazy. I got 3 hookers and some Tito's, and I had a great night.
Can you imagine going to your bank and you're this old lady and depositing $50,000? Kind of the red flags you're raising there. It's like, here's Miss Social Security check who gets $1,500 a month and comes in with 50 large ones.
Oh man, you're so deep, like with these scenarios you come with. Why can't she bury it in her shoebox?
Way to circle the conversation. Back to Social Security. Nice job there, Riggs.
I mean, she doesn't have to put the money in the bank.
Yeah. No, I understand. I'm just trying to think how it would work, Greek. You asked, so I'm just thinking.
Because the average person's not thinking that thing. We're thinking of just taking a $50,000, go down to Hard Rock, put it on black or red, and just say, screw it. That's it. I mean, that's what we're looking for.
The worst that can happen, you're back at even, right?
Yeah, it wasn't your money anyway, so who cares? You get back in the car, you drive home, you say, screw it, I took a shot. That's why life, you're here once, you take shots.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or I would get a private jet and go see you in Cincinnati. How about that?
Oh, yeah, private jet wouldn't cost much here, man. It's Cincinnati. You'd probably get one for $2,800.
No, it would cost more than that to
Really?
get a private jet.
$2,800?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, I agree. I was exaggerating for dramatic effect. But yeah,
A Cessna. You might get a Cessna for that much.
I mean, I'm not getting on anything less than a G5.
Of course he isn't.
I'll have a sign when I get off. Riggs, will you marry me?
I'll be like, let's talk about it.
You're the best, Riggs. You really are. You're a good man.
Guys. Thanks. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, buddy. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll be back in a few minutes with a trifecta and so much more. WWGD later in the evening. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go, dog.
It's a no from science?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Long Beach Expressway is looking good on the lunchtime drive. No major delays on the Turnpike or 95. At Boynton Beach, we still have that road work. Lawrence Road shut down between High Biloxo and Lantana Road. Military Trail is your detour. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
Enough is enough. Palm Beach County deserves more than just law enforcement. It deserves law empowerment. I'm Michael Gauger, and I'm running to be your sheriff. Not only do I want to enforce justice, we also want to enhance and empower your communities. It's time for leadership that not only maintains law and order, but also maintains hope, trust, and support for every single resident. Vote Michael Gauger for sheriff.
Paid for by Michael Gauger, Republican candidate for sheriff of Palm Beach County.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva.
Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in because they're making a profit from you. That's the law. Yet many times a normal day ends with injuries because that business breached that duty because they knew or should have known of the dangerous condition that caused your injury. It happens every day in many ways. Slip and falls where cleaning and maintenance were ignored. Falling boxes and items stacked too high. And so many other unexpected occurrences and dangers only known to that business owner. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, let our team investigate and report back to you. The duty to protect customers from harm is the law, and our duty is to protect you after that harm. Visit forthepeople.com for more information, or on your cell phone, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes. Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. Hot and humid one. Highs in the low to mid-90s. Feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. We'll see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, helping to increase the rain chance. Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Assurance Power Systems. Hurricane season is here. Since 2005, Assurance Power Systems has installed thousands of Generac generators for customers across South Florida. Call today or visit them at assurancepower.com to learn more.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt
Frederick and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We've officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events.
Somebody messing with us?
Now, it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a good day. Don't forget WWGD coming at you later in the program. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey.
And now we'll get to a trifecta. Maybe.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, if you like Conor McGregor, like watching him fight, it's not going to happen this year. He got hurt in 2021, and he hasn't fought since he broke his leg. Dana White said yesterday it's not happening this year. He's on the shelf for the rest of the year. So he was supposed to be fighting, I believe, in June, and at the last minute, something came up with his leg and the injury. So he's out. I mean, UFC is still a machine. They just keep making the register ring. But Conor McGregor was one of their biggest stars. This weekend, preseason football will continue on, and there are a lot of guys still not signed. And people want more money. And receivers, especially a couple of receivers. Chase is not showing up into Bengals camp. He's taken off. Obviously, you got the big situation with 49ers receiver. That's a problem. Lamb in Dallas. So a couple of these guys want that $30 million because that's what receivers are going for. We'll see what happens. Dolphins this week, Saturday night, they play their second game of the season and preseason, and expect starters to play a little bit longer, and also Tua should play. Last night was the second episode of Hard Knocks. That features the Chicago Bears. So if you like Hard Knocks, it started, and this is week 2. Marlins won 5-0. First time the Phillies were shut out in 82 games home this year. That is unbelievable. In their last 82 games home, at Philadelphia Park. So hats off to the Marlins. Yankees won 4-1. Soto hit 3 home runs. He crushed it, and he's having a very good season. The biggest question is with him, can the Yankees sign him and bring him back to New York for a long-term deal? We'll see what happens. And that is your Greeks trifecta. Peace.
So we're going to stay on a little gossip Hollywood talk. And this was something that happened a few years back, and we did hear rumors about it, but now he's actually talking about what's going on. And I'm talking about Greek's twin, Kevin Hart, if you guys haven't heard. So he is making what they say shocking confessions. What happened exactly when he cheated on his wife.
No, they're still together, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they very much are. And he was basically, when we talked about this years ago, I think it was 2017, he was getting blackmailed.
Yeah.
And it was by somebody who was close to him. So he has made a revelation. This happened in court, mind you. It was a deposition as part of an ongoing case from his former friend. His name is, he went by JT, but Jonathan Jackson. And he told the district attorney there that a friend, right, who he did not name, had pestered him to use the drug. And what he's talking about is MDMA, right? Ecstasy or Molly. And he was just like, according to Kevin, he was like, no, I really don't F with drugs like that. So he said he eventually relented to his friend's pressure to take some Molly. And he said, putting it in some water that he had been drinking. Hart said, F it. It's like, put it in my drink. So he had some water. And he said, because it's in my drink, I'm fine. I'm fine, with whatever. It's fine. I should be good, right? The night's good. I should be fine. I'm watering it down. That's not how it works. It's still going to work the same way, even if you put a whole pill in your water.
It does.
So so that was his mindset.
How do you know?
So I've heard.
Rumor has it.
Allegedly.
From people. Allegedly. So he says that's when he crossed paths, right, with a woman named Montia, who this is the one that he cheated on with his then. Even she was pregnant. His Eniko, I can't remember his wife's name. She was expecting at the time that he cheated on her.
So he's a douchebag, basically.
So he said, him and that woman.
So the woman that he cheated with was pregnant? Or
No. His wife
was.
His wife was pregnant.
Okay.
So the woman
Her name's Montia. He said her and another woman named Morgan went up to his hotel room. And this is in Vegas. They said Morgan left, and he and this Montia girl went to sleep. He said in court docs that he did not have sex with her on the night they initially met, but he did the following morning.
Oh, all right.
After she woke him up.
He's not trying to deny that.
No.
Okay, I see.
But yes. So he said that he had made an effort to position them closer to a hidden camera used to film. She did. So this is all planned. He's saying a sex tape that he said was a focal point on this whole extortion plot against him. So he said that he didn't think that she left the bed during the encounter and that the camera had been positioned in place ahead of time. So he's thinking it was there the whole entire time because he doesn't recall her ever leaving to set up a camera. They said, so when this happens, his buddy, right, the dude that we're going to call JT Jackson, was eventually arrested and charged with multiple felony extortion accounts. They said with some of the charges dropped in 2021. Jackson in July then sued Hart, saying that he breached negotiations. I guess they maybe like signed a deal because he was like, this is what I have on you, blah, blah, blah.
But still extortion.
Of course.
How's the deal? You can't extort somebody.
Yeah, he said there was a contract that they agreed on, in which Hart said he would issue a powerful public statement proclaiming Jackson to be innocent of any illicit allegations. So he's, the contract that they had, he was going to not throw his buddy under the bus for doing this to him. So this Jackson dude is suing Hart for $12 million in damages and requesting a trial. Yeah, he said that Hart agreed to say that he was not guilty and had nothing to do with it. So this was going on. So yeah, this is the first time it is all going on in court that he is admitted to taking the drug and to 100% be cheating on his wife. And I'm sure this conversation was already had with his wife probably at the time that this happened, right? Like knowing that, hey, these people have a video. It's a sex tape of me, which I don't think ever has been released to the public, right?
No, I don't think it happened. I mean, I don't think he told her immediately. I think when it got out of hand.
No, I mean the video, though. I don't think the video has ever been released to the public.
No. But it could pop up someday. You never know. But this guy's suing him. I can't even believe there's a lawyer who's going to say, what are you suing him for? A contract about you extorted the guy. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't want to pay you, so you're suing him? Imagine the judge on that one. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You're suing him because you extorted him and he's not paying you? What? Oh, my God.
Because there was a contract. I guess it is a contract.
Yeah. Let's see it. Let's see that contract.
Well, him and the girl.
I think he did. I think he has.
Was it some physical piece of paper that had this written down?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Even if it's something signed, it's a crime. I mean, I think the girl's going to go to jail and have problems. So is this guy. If she was in on it and they were extorting him, I mean, there's no excuse for him cheating. Obviously, that's another.
She, of course, is denying extortion. I mean, they show a lot. There's some video, the deposition that's there, and she's denying any of it.
They're not going to say, well, give me money or this will happen. They'll word it differently. Yeah. I'm sure. And it is extortion. We all know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no other word.
I'm not denying it, but
I think she was in on it. There's no way. There's no way. And the guy sounds like a real, con artist too. He probably set it up with the girls. Next thing you know, and who knows? Maybe that other girl bailed because she was like, I don't want to be involved in this. And this is a little bit too much for me. Who knows?
Or maybe she was the one who set up the camera.
Yeah, you never know.
We're paying attention.
Yeah, you never know. Now, when this happened in 2007, though, the only thing is, I'm not sure, he wasn't married then. I think that was his girlfriend. I could be wrong.
It was saying it was his wife. So.
Well, it was his wife
they
now.
They said cheated on his wife.
Okay. Well, then he's been with her a long time.
He has.
They
have a few kids together.
I don't think he would word it as that way,
yeah,
right?
cheating on his wife with their first child. Yeah, they have a few children together. Now,
well, she took him back. I'm not surprised. But that the guy is his friend, who is supposedly, and he's got to be pretty close to Kevin Hart, that he was around him enough, you know what I mean, to be hanging with him and doing stuff. And you got somebody.
No, I mean, he said they were good friends.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah. So that shows you it sucks because his friend is trying to extort him. That's pretty terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when, a stranger, obviously he still makes it bad and everything like that. But if that's somebody in your crew, your entourage, and then he turns around and says, I'm going to sue you, that sucks. It definitely does. I can't see this guy winning the dime, and I can see him going to jail. But that's the way I see it.
Yeah, but that's interesting because he was charged ultimately with extortion, but the charges were dropped. So
interesting.
It doesn't say what. It doesn't say what. lack of evidence or anything like that? I mean, that's
it says
you
they
wonder.
eventually were dropped in 2021.
So she maybe were the charges brought up from Kevin Hart or?
I would assume so, yeah, because he
Right,
was
so
arrested
if
and
it's
charged with
him-
extortion. But then, and this is the JT Jackson dude, his former friend. But charges were eventually dropped in 2021.
Well, then,
However, he still files a lawsuit against him last month, claiming that he fabricated the evidence and broke a contract.
It's a mess. It really is.
That's.
I mean,
He said him and Hart signed a meticulously negotiated settlement agreement that explained Hart would issue a powerful public statement proclaiming Jackson's innocent in the whole sex tape scandal.
But no money. He says just that he would do it. He would do it. Kevin Hart. It says the article says that he would do an apology, no monetary amount. I don't know. That's weird. It really is. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how somebody could do it and do something like this. So he's suing him basically because he didn't do an apology.
Yeah, he's seeking $12 million. Yeah, because he said, that Jackson claimed that the incident cost him a very valuable friendship with Hart, this guy did.
Your friendship's over.
I lost someone I loved.
What?
Proud to say that all the charges against JT have been dropped and that Jackson is not guilty and had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, right.
So that's what he was upset about. So the dude was like, Hart was supposed to do this whole big long statement. Instead, he went to social media and wrote on social media that that the charges got dropped and not guilty and had nothing to do with it, but it wasn't this big long thing, right? Basically, Hart wrote on. I want to see if the Instagram still up. He wrote on his Instagram that Jackson had been found not guilty because those charges have been dropped against him, and that's all he wrote. And I guess the Jackson guy was like, "That's not what we agreed on. It should have been more detailed about that."
Makes no sense.
And so now he's going after him for $12 million in damages and a trial. So they want to take this trial.
And here's newsflash: their friendship's done. He said he lost a friend. I mean, you're his friend. You're extorting him.
That's when the friendship ended.
Yeah, I think the friendship ended the second he said there was a video on you.
Exactly.
I mean, what the hell do you do?
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
are you
yeah.
gonna do it? And I'm sure if Kevin Hart wrote this guy a check then or gave money, he would have went away. Would have been like, see ya.
And that's the thing. I think he chose not to.
That sucks.
Trying to hang in there for a payday.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that celebrities deal with a lot. Ball players talk about it all the time. There are certain ball players, there's been rumors that when they get with girls, they make girls sign papers going in. It happens every day. It really does. It sucks. That's why you got to really be careful about who you're with. But in a case like this is your friend that you're around close enough, and he turns on you. That sucks. And money changes people. It really does, which is unfortunate. Adam Sandler was on a podcast yesterday or the day before, and he was talking about Chris Rock. He said the actual slap really helped Chris in the long run, hurt Will Smith, but it definitely helped Chris Rock, changed Chris Rock a little for forever, he believes. But he said at the end of the day, he thinks it helped him in a lot of different ways. And Adam Sandler and Chris Rock are very good friends. There's about 4 or 5 of them that are good friends, and they do movies together. They hang out together. The other kid, I forget his name, with the blonde hair, small kid. He's been small guy. Excuse me, not kid. He's
David Spade?
Yep, David Spade. He's another one that's been around them. King of Queens guy. He's been around them. Like the 4 or 5 of them.
Kevin
really,
James. Yeah, they all seem to have that. Well, they're same age group-ish,
Yep.
sort of.
All comedians.
And comedians. Yeah.
And I think they did 3 movies together or something like that. But Sandler
And
was talking-
grown-ups.
Yeah. Sandler was talking about it and the situation that ended up happening. And that has dropped a little. I think it's gone now. Still, maybe some people, when you see Will Smith, that's the first thing you think of?
Not now. Not lately.
No?
No, because sometimes I do follow him on social, and when I see his things, I'm like, how dare that guy? It's not the first thing that comes to mind.
I still do. I see him as an actor, but it still hits me every time. Yeah, I feel bad for him, obviously, because that was a very embarrassing thing, and I feel bad for
I don't feel bad for him
Will
because
Smith?
he caused that drama around him, but I don't think about it. It's been that long where it's not the first thing that comes to mind when I see him.
Yeah, I feel bad like that he did that publicly is what I'm saying. He was
Okay.
100% wrong. He lost his cool, lost it in front of millions of people. I don't feel bad, like, ooh, Will, you're okay. I feel bad that he lost his cool like that. And the thing with Kevin Hart, with Chris Rock, you feel bad for Chris Rock. I think Chris Rock, we talked about it like everybody else, he really handled it well. Because a lot of other people might have just lost their you-know-what.
I don't. Well, and that's the other part, too. I saw the headlines on this article, too, and I'm trying to put myself back to when that happened and the first time that I saw it. And, one of the things about that, too, is that I mean, other than flinching at the very, very last second when he saw, Will's arm coming down, he never flinched. He never backed away.
Nope.
And Will was charging. And when I say charging,
he knew.
Yeah.
That was about to happen.
No, but he had already yelled at him. I mean, it's not like he wasn't confronted until he got 2 feet away, or like a foot away from him. I mean, obviously he started with the yelling from the seat. I mean, obviously he wasn't approaching the stage to shake his hand. And Chris Rock never really backed down.
To me, I still thought that he thought it was an act. I don't know if he ever thought he was. That
could be too.
That way.
Mm-hmm. That could very well be too. Yeah, because I mean, the whole thing. That's why even in the beginning, I was dead set that it was some sort of act. Or something to give the Oscars, something to some chatter, people talking about it. Even for a month or so, we were talking about it afterwards, and I was still convinced it was some sort of put on.
Well, and the thing is, Will Smith's big. I mean, he's
a big dude.
He's like 6'3".
Chris is what, average
5'8",
size?
5'9". Yeah, he's not. And he talked about that. He said, "Hey, I'm not a big guy." He goes, "Will Smith's big."
But he stood right up. I mean, but again, you're probably right, Franny.
I don't think he thought he was going to crack him.
He may not necessarily have thought that that's what was coming, so maybe that's part of it. But I don't know. It's one of the things that I remember about that. But yeah, I mean, it certainly didn't make Chris look bad. I mean, did it make him look better? I don't. Maybe for taking a high road?
Yeah, and I think people looked at him and, you know what, he was really put in a tough position. Maybe he thought that, that Will Smith was going to take the mic from him. You know what I mean? Like, give me that mic, something like that.
Oh, sure. There could have been a couple scenarios that could have been and
it happens so quick that, your mind, you think I'm in front of millions of people. Like, who the hell knows what you're going to think? You know what I mean? Like, you react.
Well, you wouldn't expect that.
No.
Not on live TV.
But he didn't flinch.
Not on live TV. I mean, you see the squinting, because then at that point you'd see the hand coming.
I'm shocked he didn't go down.
But that's only because now we have cameras that will still shot everything. Go ahead,
but
Freddie,
when they're talking about this, though, about how it made him better, what you're not completely understanding, or what you didn't really explain, G-Man, because he was talking to Joe Rogan is who he was talking to. And they said that the slap made Chris Rock like the Rock of old. As far as his stand-up material is concerned. They're not saying in general made him better. They're saying because of this,
he went back
because
to
of
his
what
old roots.
happened, they said that his stand-up got better because of it, because of this situation. They said that, they
gave him material?
I guess so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
well, sure.
They believe that, they both see it as positives. And, of course, the future ain't so bright for what they call Big Willie, at least in their eyes, which so far it seems like some people have given. I mean, we see how well Bad Boys did, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the quote that they made, is that as far as the infamous slap, they said the slap made Chris like the Rock of old, as far as the stand-up material is concerned. And that was according to Adam Sandler.
Yeah, he went.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
He changed a little bit from when I read, not in this article, other articles, was that because his daughters got older. Because before he was very, his act was definitely a little bit out there. And his daughters got older. He went through a very, very bad divorce too. But, again, did anybody win in it? I don't know if anybody won. But I can't see, Chris Rock.
They said he got just more excited about doing stand-up after the fact.
Gotcha.
That's what they were saying.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, all right.
Well, I mean, again, every time something happens to you in your life, it does change you, good or bad. Maybe it ignited him and brought back some of his passion from what happened. Will Smith, like you said, Bad Boys 4, was it? Yeah, it crushed it. When it first came out, I said, I wonder how this is going to do. But it did very, very well. So was there any winners and losers? I still think, Will Smith was the loser in that one, in that whole scenario.
So, he lost there, but he lost in a couple of different ways. But, because it goes back to the whole thing with him and Jada and the fact that he's kind of, the open relationship that they have. And a lot of people considered him kind of a, she controlled him, to put it nicely. Yeah. I mean, there's some bad ways you can say that, but you get it, right? And so you add this to that. And the simple fact, too, a lot of people, I don't know if you remember, but, he laughed at it.
Yeah.
At the joke,
and
it was the G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah.
She gave him a dirty look.
And then he went.
And him being Will Smith. And then that's when he went off. So, again, it makes him look a little like, she obviously is the one that, wears the pants, as you say, in that relationship. So, I don't know. I don't know if that helps him, hurts him, or what. But obviously, this is where we'll have to see where it goes from there.
Her reaction definitely affected it. if she was like laughing and kidding, like whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know if he gets up. You know what I mean? It does it.
I wonder.
You'll never know. I don't think she thought he was going to do that either. Like, I think everybody was in shock when he got up, but it's something that people will remember for years when you bring up the Oscars and people talk about it. Oh, remember when Chris Rock got slapped? You know?
Doesn't it feel like, though, that because of the severity of what this was with the slap, like he has been semi-forgiven? Will Smith, I mean,
I think so.
You know, with the fact that these movies, isn't that the vibe I was kind of getting from both of you talking about how, with Bad Boys doing well and even Emancipation after it came out after that whole thing, it seemed like he's sort of a little bit forgiven.
And
in
some
the
people,
public
maybe
light.
it's not even necessarily forgiveness, but a lot of people after some time too, they can separate the artistry from the person, right? We've seen it with musicians who've done terrible things that people still listen to their music and pay for their concerts.
Yeah.
We've seen it with athletes. People still follow them after they've done something terrible. Yeah. So because they like their work, they can separate who they are as a person too. Some people can do that.
It just feels like today when that happens, it's almost like the only way they can get around that is to go away completely.
He did. That was smart. He did.
Well, I mean, for years, you know, and he still had these movies coming out, which, again, you can't stop him for it if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 years later, but for a while he was gone. Nobody saw him. Nobody did anything.
Yeah,
which was
true.
smart.
I got to put myself back into the...
He didn't go out. He didn't go anywhere because I remember the first time he came out, I think he was in Dubai. It was like a year later. They said, "Oh, Will Smith, surfaces." I mean, again,
true. Yep. True.
I think Franny puts up a great point, and it's very right on point that people do forget. You see it with athletes, you see it with other people, things. You like the person or you like what they do. You look at it, you're like, all right, you know what? I want to enjoy this. Because there's been many people over the years that have had some situations, and people will ask, like, you still watch him, or you know what I mean, or you watch that after what he or she did, and
he was quite likable too.
Oh, very much.
So
he was mainstream.
That's got to, make a difference too.
No doubt, he crossed over and he was the biggest star right there. One of the biggest stars in Hollywood. It is the Penthouse. It is a Wednesday. We'll be back with some Florida stories and some WWGD. Peace.
When you give up trying to teach your parents how to use their smart speaker and take it home, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
No problems on 95. Our drive times up to speed, accident-free if you're traveling the Turnpike along the Palm Beaches. Make sure you slow down in those school zones today. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
Hey, it's Franny. Ready to sell your car without the hassle? Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Whether it's your daily driver, SUV, classic muscle car, or exotic ride, they buy it all. Enter your VIN or license plate number and get a top offer in minutes. Guaranteed to beat CarMax, or they'll pay you $100. It's fast, easy, and you can even sell your classic car at GMTVCC.com. Sell your car the smart way with GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny Final Expense Insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for Final Expense Insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Hey, Greek, how do you pitch your retirement? Well, it should match your plan. And if you don't have a plan, you're not going to get the picture you want for your retirement. Well, you can call Trajan Well today. Contact them at 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000, or go to their website, TrajanWealth.com. Jeff Jr.'s staff is there to help you and to figure out a plan so your retirement could be the way you pictured it. You worked hard your whole life. Now it's time to relax and enjoy South Florida. Hang with your family, play golf, jump in a pool, or do whatever you want. But the picture you have of your retirement, you should match your plan with it. Trajan Wealth can help you. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000, offices in West Palm Beach. Pace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
A violent crime is committed every 24 seconds. The U.S. Concealed Carry Association exists to provide you with firearms education, training, and access to self-defense liability insurance, so when trouble comes, you'll be ready. Over 800,000 Americans trust the USCCA, and right now, there's an exclusive, limited-time offer for radio listeners. Go to defendfamily.com to get a free family defense guide, a survival secrets training video from a retired FBI agent, and see all the benefits of membership. Go to defendfamily.com now.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu. iHeartRadio, let's go! Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. A hot and humid one. Highs in the low to mid 90s. Feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. We'll see some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, hoping to increase the rain chance. Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Florida needs a power company that's storm ready. That's why FPL works year-round to keep the power on and restore it safely and as quickly as possible when needed. FPL, working for you every single day. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio has your shot at $1,000 and a VIP trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword FESTIVAL to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry, plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's FESTIVAL to 200-200. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for always listening to us, and appreciate you guys also getting involved with our sponsors. And always, we had a big giveaway today. A gift card to New York Prime. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hola.
And it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Alrighty. Well, I'm guessing after next week we'll have more cocaine that's going to be washing ashore with all the activity we out there.
I'm going to the beach right now.
Yeah, really, huh?
I mean, the past couple months, millions and millions of dollars worth, and now we have more. But this one was a bit hidden, and a good Samaritan did turn it in. This time, this was in the Gulf of Mexico, near the Everglades city over there. This happened Monday, where boaters found 56 pounds of cocaine. They say the package was about the size of a microwave oven, contained about 25 individually wrapped kilos of coke. Estimated street value, they're thinking about $625K. And yeah, they said they were boating around and they saw something unusual, contacted law enforcement, but this was, they said they think like everything else washed in with the tides from the East Coast due to the recent storms, and they found it in the mangroves. So who knows how long it was there for, because it also says in the story that it was covered in barnacles too. Yep.
But that wasn't a fresh one.
It was not.
Not fresh off the boat.
It was not fresh off the boat. That cocaine has been aging for some. And I don't know. I don't know if cocaine's like wine. I don't know if it's better with age. I don't know.
Well,
not really sure. But
I was going to ask you.
They're packaged so tightly that, right? If anybody in here, they're packaged so tightly.
Or aficionado.
That I think that, right? I mean, I believe that they stay good, right?
I don't know.
When you see in the pictures, it doesn't look like those things get waterlogged.
No.
Whoever does that, they know what they're doing.
They're sealed tight.
They don't need one of those. What I have one at home. That seal. The
plastic.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, like the sealers.
Tupperware.
Right?
Yep.
No. The machines. But there's a name for it. Help me.
That creates that seam?
And it takes all the air out because of the plastic bags. The seal, whatever.
Speaking of which, who's most likely tomorrow? Creed tickets.
So, yes, they have more cocaine, and I have a feeling next week and the weeks after I'm going to be talking about it again. Then, this is a super crazy situation that happened when a dude, 25-year-old kid, I'm going to call you a kid because you're 25, has changed his life and others forever and for the worst, because he deliberately drove his semi-truck into a Tampa strip club. So he was told to leave, got kicked out. We don't exactly know why. And then he was like, oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to come back. But this time I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some damage. As I mentioned, semi. Cops respond to a call, 4:19 in the morning, involving a truck in the parking lot of Emperor's Gentlemen's Club. I don't even want to say in the parking lot because it was like through the front door. They found the truck rammed into the front of the area of the building. Witnesses claim the driver was kicked out of the club, decided to come back, plow his vehicle into a group of people that was standing outside. They did say that he was waiting out there of the club in his car or in the truck for about 30 minutes. They said specifically waiting for a man he'd been arguing with inside, and he was waiting for him to leave the building. I guess when the guy did, that's when he decided to plow, but there was a group of people. One man died due to the incident, the crash. There's 2 other injured who are expected to survive, but they are critical. This is incredibly tragic and completely avoidable incident. This guy just drunk and stupid and had beef with somebody. And the fact that, yes, terrible situation, but his intended target wasn't any of those guys either that were in there. Just innocent people, even though his intended target was very innocent too. And everybody impacted through that. It was just horrific ordeal, including witnesses who watched it go down. I mean, they're, I'm sure, going to be traumatized too. The driver was hospitalized in a critical but stable condition, and he's going to have all kinds of charges brought against him. They say once that guy is out of the hospital, I mean, they are throwing the book at him as they should.
Yep, he's finished.
Yeah, they said first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, DUI manslaughter, vehicular homicide, and DUI with serious injury.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And then Next up, we will stay local. If you are familiar, there is a restaurant in Jupiter. It's been around for a while. It's called Schooners. And Jupiter Police Department were revealing that a dude from Belle Glade was defrauding the owner of Schooners. So this man from Belle Glade has been accused of running a fraudulent online bill-paying scheme, resulting in this Jupiter restaurant losing, the owner specifically, over $100,000 from their business account. So they said that it was approximately $117,000. Fraudulent activity went unnoticed for some time as the owner was focused on caring for her spouse. They said, who unfortunately did pass away eventually due to cancer, but that's why a lot of this activity, like what they weren't noticing, all this money, but you'll find out. So the JPD later discovered his name is Najee Turner, also known on Instagram as Big Chewy. Big Chewy on Instagram, yep. Offered up a bill-paying service to clients at a discounted rate of around 50%. Wow, isn't that great, right? 50% discount rate for bill-paying service, right? Mm-hmm. And this was through word of mouth, social, and networking in Palm Beach County. So he would allegedly use victims' account information to pay the bill as requested and then receive payments via Cash App and Zelle from the clients. So it was reported that Turner had used the victim's account for personal purchases on top of the business he was doing. You know, he ordered himself some DoorDash here and there. He paid for his girlfriend's. Yeah, he paid his girlfriend's car insurance payments and even his own car payments too. He helped out with that. They said the arrest of Turner was triggered by a phone call between Turner and a friend while he was in the Hillsborough County Jail for something different, domestic disturbance. And Turner had expressed his depression to his friend, to which his friend responded, "Are you talking about the fraud?" So, you know, people are listening on those phone calls.
Yeah.
This is a jail conversation. So that's when the ears perked up and started listening to the whole conversation. So his friend ultimately got busted, too. There was a warrant issued for him. He was taken into custody, and now he faces charges, including 2 counts of fraudulent use of personal information, as well as a single count, each of organized fraud, grand theft, unlawful use of two-way communication, and money laundering. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05.
I don't know if you were paying attention, but about 10 minutes ago, we gave you another keyword that you need to text to 200-200. That keyword was festival, and that will get you a chance at a pair of tickets and a whole bunch of other things to the iHeartRadio Music Festival this year. By the way, all the winners are going to receive a $1,000 gift card and a trip for 2, including round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, 2-night hotel from on September 20th and September 21st, ground transportation from the airport and the hotel. So we got you all covered there. And 2 tickets to both nights of our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival that's going to have some of the biggest names in music right now, like Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani, Halsey, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, just to name a couple of the acts that are going to be there. Text that keyword festival to 200-200 and you'll be in the running. Right now that keyword should be available and working for you up until 5 o'clock tonight, when we'll give you another keyword and another chance to go to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Speaking of music festivals, remember we were talking the other day about the, I think it was in Austria, right, where Taylor Swift concert got canceled because of the threat from the terrorist threat that
3
came
days
in,
worth,
right?
in Vienna. Yep.
So part of the follow-up to that was that the mayor of London had said that, came out and gave a public statement saying that they would still have the Taylor Swift concerts at Wembley Stadium in England, right? Well, I got a little follow-up to that. That unfortunately, though, if you were going to go to the Taylor Swift concert in London, if you didn't have a ticket, so, you know, a lot of times they'll let people gather around the outside of the stadium and still be able to hear the music. And, you know, they might even have like jumbotrons or things like that out there. Well, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do that. That is one thing that they're going to change. Unticketed Taylor Swift fans are banned from congregating outside of Wembley Stadium for the pop singer's upcoming 5-night stint in London. The venue updated its website to advise fans with the new safety measures after officials in Vienna canceled Swift's 3 Vienna concerts a week ago due to the alleged bomb terrorist threat. I would say at this point it's not alleged anymore. Wembley Stadium stated no one is allowed to stand outside any entrance or on the Olympic steps at the front of the stadium. While unticketed fans will be asked to move on, camping also has been prohibited at the stadium as well. In addition, ticketed concert goers will be let into the stadium earlier than usual, and Swift has yet to address the cancellation of her Vienna shows or the amped-up security at her London concert since the threats became public. I don't know if she will at this point. I mean, it's just...
You would think for her fans, at least she would, that paid all that money. That's what I would I expect, but I know she's busy. I'm not surprised because when we heard about these terrorist attacks too, these kids, and they were kids, 19, 17, 15 years old, they weren't planning on going inside. They didn't have access. I think one of the guys knew somebody who worked in there, but their plan and the plot was for the people outside of the venue.
Right.
That's who they're going to get. So.
And the whole idea was to get as many people as they could. But I think it was one of the kids had done some sort of, he was with one of the vendors or something in order to kind of have a little bit of an inside track. We were reading that as a follow-up to it. But I guess we won't be able to do that here. And hey, is that becoming more and more popular with some of these? We see that with a lot of the, even sporting events where they allow the fans to gather around outside of these stadiums.
They've been doing that for...
And enjoy,
Yeah.
I guess if you pay for parking and stuff like that, too.
Right.
I know even the Hard Rock, they have an area, too. I don't know if it's a little bit extra where sometimes they'll put the screen and you can have access to sit around and hang out.
Oh, hopefully they don't end that because they might be like, you know what, we can't watch all these people. All the people inside, all the people outside. It's just too much and we can't handle everything.
Yeah, because at least at that point when you go inside, you go through security. So
they might stop doing it.
Yeah, that would be a shame if that's something that's been going on for quite a while. And I know a lot of fans do enjoy that type of thing.
Well, there's only so much they can watch.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you got the stadium and then you got to worry about outside the stadium. It's crazy.
Yeah. Want to take a phone call?
Sure.
We got our buddy Evan checking in with us. Hey, Evan, what's going on, bud?
Hey, everyone.
Evan, what's up?
Yeah, Franny's last story, the guy's name was Najee. And every time I hear the name Najee, I always think of the Green Bay Packers, Najee Davenport.
He did that at Miami, though. I don't think he did that with the Packers, did he?
Oh, he did it? Oh, he did it at Miami? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, why don't you tell it? Yeah, Franny doesn't know. Why don't you tell her the story?
It's not a great story. He was a running back for the Canes. Very good.
I'm guessing he pooped himself?
Yeah.
That's what I could guess from the nickname
he was in somebody's dorm, and he did it supposedly in the closet and left.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
No,
he left a package.
What?
Left it in his ex-girlfriend's laundry hamper.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I said the dorm. I didn't know the exact location.
Keep it classy.
Did that cause it to be an X, or was the X part already there?
I think it was already an X. I think it was. I don't know the story completely because it was 20 years ago or whatever. But it was just hilarious.
Yeah, I'm guessing if they were on good terms, he wouldn't poop in her hamper. So I'm guessing it was an X. That'd be my assumption.
That's pretty funny. Reading about what Tua's saying about Odell Beckham.
The nice things.
Well, no, I've been reading that he's saying that Tua is a spot timing receiver, a quarterback. I mean, you have to be on your spot and you have to be at that particular time. And he says Odell is more of an improviser and he doesn't get to the spot and he doesn't have the timing down yet. And it's been, he said this has been going on since spring practice. And so he says it's still not there yet.
The only thing I was down training camp a couple of weeks ago, and the only thing I heard Tua say was that how much he likes him. And what he heard about him is not what he is, and he's a great guy to be on the team.
Yeah, that's talking about it as a person, but compared to being a receiver and timing, a quarterback and timing with his receiver, it's not there yet. Is what he's saying.
Oh, they got to get together pretty soon.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I've been reading on that. So I would say, but they play Saturday, right? And I don't know, who do they play on Saturday?
I'm trying to think. They definitely play Saturday, and I'm not sure off the top of my head who they are playing Saturday, to be honest with you.
Is it Tampa?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Tampa. I think you're right. I don't want to go to mattresses with it, but I think you're right.
Me neither.
August 17th
I just read
is Commanders.
There you go.
Oh, Washington. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Now, usually I give you a sports trivia, but now I've got a. Well, the name has a little bit of sports trivia to it, but it has nothing to do with the story. But can you name you don't have to name her, but do you know what the youngest first lady was?
For the president? I'm going to guess Kennedy?
Yeah, the first lady. No, the first lady. Not Kennedy.
He's thinking Jackie O.
Right, Jackie O.
Oh, okay, misunderstood. Yeah, no, it wasn't her.
Was it Michelle?
Could be earlier than that.
No, it wasn't that. You don't have to know the name, but I'm just saying the age.
You didn't say that.
Evan, you said name it.
Yes, I did.
What was the age
You
of
said with the youngest age or whatever, but still confusing.
I'm going to guess somewhere around, I'm going to say 14.
14?
Way back in the day when they married children.
Yeah.
Close. She was 21.
There you go.
All right.
People got married when they were 14
They
to
did? No,
16
that's why
back
I
in the
didn't-
1800s.
I didn't balk at it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, because he was Grover Cleveland.
Okay.
Grover Cleveland Alexander was a baseball pitcher, but Grover Cleveland, he was 49, she was 21. He was single when he was elected. He married her in office, and you know what her name was? Franny.
He was 49. She was 21.
Yep.
Wow.
So that was back to like you were saying. That was they marriage back then was like that's how it was back then.
Well, God bless him.
Yeah.
It still is for some people. Leo, you out there, Leo?
Yeah, there you go. Josh Cohen.
That was that was definitely.
Should I dump that?
No, don't. It's true.
That was definitely a tough trivia question. I don't know if anybody would come up with. Jimmy did very well though, with only being 7 years away.
Yeah, that was good.
It was. I wasn't thinking about way back in the day.
That's all. I just did think of how it was.
Normal.
I mean, by 14, 16 years old, you were becoming a man. You were getting married. You were getting your own house. And that's just the way it was back then. You matured much faster in those days.
If you ever watch any of the older movies, the old black and whites or whatever, they always like the man role is, he's in his 40s or something like that, and he always has like a young wife. He's always hitting on the young girls and stuff like that, in all the cowboy movies and stuff like that. You always see the big stud with a little young woman, back then.
Yeah, I never took notice to that, to be honest with you. But I'm going to trust you.
All right. Yeah, well, okay. Thanks for that.
It's trust, Evan. It's trust. When it comes to older guys banging young chicks, you're our authority figure.
There you go. Well,
Elvis and Priscilla, there was a big age difference there.
That's exactly what I was going to bring. I think when he first met her, she was 14.
Yeah, she was young. It was in Germany.
Yep, exactly.
Then he brought her over here, and she finished high school.
Now, your buddy yesterday, was it Vino? Who was on yesterday on the zone?
Mike,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mike. Oh yeah, he was talking about Yankees pitching, and he says Yankees aren't going to have the arms at the end of the season or in the playoffs.
He's very good with baseball, and he follows it really in depth. And he's said it from the beginning. Yankees don't have the pitching, and they're going to fall short in August and September.
Now, he's a Yankees fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he one of those Yankees fans that's a little bit like me, where you're always kind of down on him because you want him to win, but you have that negative feeling like, oh, they're going to lose, just that.
Yeah, he's down on him, but he always he'll tell you the reason why. Like, he's like the pitcher. And it's true. The Yankees haven't had a pitcher this year, I know in the last 60 days, not this year, where they went into the fifth inning. And that's bad because you keep relying on their bullpen.
That was wild. Yeah, when he said that yesterday, that shocked me.
Yeah, they don't get their pitchers because they're getting smacked. And then you go to bullpen every day and there's nothing left.
Yeah, they're wearing them out.
Yep.
All right, man. So I'll be talking to you. I'll be listening to the zone today.
All right, buddy. Yeah, Kelly's back. He's been calling us from Vegas. He was down in Key West. He went fishing. I'd like to hear about his trip that he went fishing down here and if he had a good time. I'm sure he did.
How can you not have a good time in the Keys?
I've never been to Keys, so I don't know.
That's hard. That's hard to believe. If I was a gambling man, I would have said for sure you would have been to the Keys at least once.
See, if I gambled on that, I would totally disagree with you.
Yeah,
I do not think Greek is a Keys man.
Really?
Yeah. He hangs out in Boca. There's nothing about the Florida Keys that says Boca. Nothing.
I'm from Boca, so I know what Boca's like. And, it's just But anyway, he likes. Yeah, they don't have horse racing and stuff down there.
It's
either,
island life.
So.
Yeah, everybody. If it's slow, it's a salt life. And I don't think that even from the smaller keys, even bringing him down to the main Key West, I don't know if he would have a great time.
You know what they do have in Marathon? They have baby barracuda races.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, now you got him sold. Now you sold him.
He's on his way.
My God.
I'm going to Boca.
Evan, do you listen? Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? I'd rather get a root canal without any Novocaine.
They do. They actually have baby. They put them in these little little tanks, and they actually race them. They bet on them.
Oh, come on. Who's going to bet on that? That's crazy. Where's this at?
They have elevators there, by chance?
They have elevators. We can bet on that. Oh, God. Evan, you're the best. Franny does know me very, very well, and Jimmy, and she is right. I would not. Maybe Halle Berry can get me there for a night.
Not your thing. It's just not your thing. That's all. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I just, from spending a lot of time in the Keys, I just don't see Greek enjoying it.
That's too bad. All right, well, you guys have fun.
No, not really. Okay, buddy. You have a great afternoon. We're going to come back with a trifecta and some WWGD, baby. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I went shooting a couple weeks ago at a place I'd never been to before, and they have
A gun range, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right?
Minigun range.
It'd be weird if it wasn't. The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Own the moment with the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. Wear timeless styles with technology that lets you listen to music, capture pictures and videos, live stream, make a hands-free call or text, and even ask Meta AI questions on the go. All while you stay present in the moment.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Ramps are now open 95 north to Donald Ross Road. Look out for road work. Lakeview Avenue West, right after Flagler Drive. That left lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Enough is enough. Palm Beach County deserves more than just law enforcement. It deserves law empowerment. I'm Michael Gauger, and I'm running to be your sheriff. Not only do I want to enforce justice, we also want to enhance and empower your communities. It's time for leadership that not only maintains law and order, but also maintains hope, trust, and support for every single resident. Vote Michael Gauger for sheriff.
Paid for by Michael Gauger, Republican candidate for sheriff of Palm Beach County.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. Hurricane season is here again, and I urge everyone to stay vigilant. Pay close attention to local weather updates and ensure your hurricane kits are prepared with the essentials that you need, like water, food, and medications. Remember, your safety is our priority, but let's stay safe together.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva. Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Freedom on the open road. Sharp reflexes and smart decision-making is all that separates your body from the road. Even just one drink can affect your ability to ride. Alcohol limits your reaction time and decreases inhibitions, which is the perfect recipe for a DUI. So why would you ever risk riding while impaired? Ride sober or get pulled over. If you hit the bottle, don't roll the throttle. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Hurricane season is here. There is no better time to protect your home and family with a new Generac standby generator. For as low as $200 per month, Assurance Power can prepare you for the next power outage. Call today to learn more.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we move through the remainder of our Wednesday. It's a hot, humid one. Highs in the low to mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits, though. We've got a heat advisory in effect for the rest of the day. See some scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms returning. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, helping to increase the rain chance. It's Scattered storms likely return again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface.
Too dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Is somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greeks Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Thanks for always tuning in to R&R, baby, Real Radio. Thank you so much. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and a good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hi, happy Tuesday.
And it's time for the last trifecta.
Wednesday. What's today?
Wednesday. You don't even know day
Come on,
is?
Franny.
Come on, Franny.
Jesus.
My
And,
God.
yesterday I thought it was Thursday.
Get
so,
focused.
Right? Oh, man, who am I? Greek?
Pay
Jesus.
attention.
It comes out so easy.
Ugh.
It just
I love
comes
it
out
every time.
That's true.
every time. Oh, my Greek. Let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, Tom Brady had some comments. You're going to hear this. This is going to be a common thing this year when he starts with Fox, starting Sunday, which will be, I think, the 8th. He's doing the Browns-Dallas game, and he has said yesterday, he goes, I could still be out there. I could give these young guys a run for it. I think Brady really didn't want to quit. It's more and more obvious, obviously affect his marriage, but man, he just doesn't want, he had, like, how many more years can you play? And it's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron, 22 years. I mean, these guys, they love it. They can't get enough of it, and they don't want to leave. But you're going to hear it a lot. I'm sure whoever he's doing a show with, he's going to ask him on plays like, hey, Tom, can you still get out there? And Brady looks great. He does. He was on the sidelines last week for a preseason game in a suit, and everybody was commenting about his just the way he is, and you can see he misses it, but he's done. This is it. He's getting $35 million a year to announce the games, which is tough, really, but he is finished. Conor McGregor's finished 2 to box this year. He's done. Dana White makes all those decisions, and he said he is not boxing this year. He was supposed to box in June, but that got canceled last minute. Felt bad for our good friend Dominic, who works with us, who was going out there to see him, and then the last 2 weeks before it, they took him out. So he's not going to be doing any fighting the rest of this year. So Conor McGregor has been off for a couple of years. If he's going to fight, maybe in 2025, and maybe not. Aaron Rodgers did say that he does preseason is just a joke now. Nobody shows anything. He said, we show more in practice than you see in the games. Nobody wants to play, and nobody really cares. The NFL, they care because that's part of the deal. When you buy season tickets, you got to go to those preseason games. But the Jets are playing this weekend, and guess what? He's not playing. He won't play until the first game of the year when they take on the San Francisco 49ers. And that is your Greeks trifecta. Peace.
All right, so I apologize about ignoring some text messages, which we're going to get to first before we get into some WWGD, from Kevin Hart to things people would give up sex for a year for. We also have cocaine, the Florida Keys, all kinds of stuff in here. So we will start from the top, where something that they would give up. They said 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, room and board. The wife and I can make the magic happen following the game. All right,
that's
so give
good.
that up. Okay. Social Security. Today is Social Security Day. 47142 is that text line. We have my siblings and I got a one-time payout for my mom's Social Security when she passed. Because we were talking about how even divorced, if you were married for 10 years and you weren't remarried, that you would get.
The kids got it?
That's according to this. Yeah, because Jimmy had heard something about siblings possibly getting it.
I don't know. Yeah, that I never heard.
So according to the text, that's what we got, 47142. Let's see. Also with that, it's going to come down to government running out of money, and they implement a mandatory age limit. Have you ever seen the movie, is it Soylent? Soylent? Am I saying that right? Green?
No.
At least we'll save money on food. Soylent. Yep. Let's see. With the car being inside of the house, we were talking about that because Jimmy had a story and the dude was like, oh, I'll give you $50,000 if you don't get the cops involved. And some people might have done it, right? They said, sounds like, look at the bright side of that car being inside your house. You could turn it into a futon, I guess, the car. I don't know. I don't know.
That's awesome.
We said with Kevin Hart, sounds like back in day, Kevin Hart was ass cracking and cash backing. What? I don't know what that means. Chris Rock has changed. He now wears, what do you say? Sorry, these things go away after a while. It kind of rotates itself. Chris Rock has changed. He now wears pimp slap proof makeup. I didn't know they made makeup like that. Right. The 1 o'clock keyword. Somebody says, can you please have Greek repeat this hour's keyword? It has to come from Greek.
I don't know what it is. It's got to be something. It's got to be a crack on me for the way I speak, obviously.
The keyword is festival.
Festival!
There you go. Porn. Can you do it one more time? Want to do it one more time?
No, once is enough.
All right. You heard it, though.
Unless we're in Vegas. Or it's a holiday.
You heard it. It says, Greek calls everyone that kid. David Spade is 60 years old. That's crazy, though. Dear, that said, right? 60. That is nuts. The machine that seals the stuff, I was trying to think, it says it's Seal a Kilo machine, or Seal a Meals, they called it, or Euro Seal. And if plastic wrapped cocaine sits in the water for a while, it does get a little saltwater intrusion. It'll burn your sinuses a little bit. I don't know how I know that.
I got an idea how you know that.
Interesting. Vacuum sealer. Thank you, BJ and Boynton.
Always can count on him.
Mm-hmm. Somebody thought about the youngest first lady. Put Martha Washington on there. It says, Jimmy, you better grab that last clip for the Greek misspeaks. It's go to the mats, not go to the mattresses. Oh. We have here. We also have the only way you're getting Greek to the keys is zip ties, duct tape, and a large empty trunk. We have here. And then we also have, I try to picture G and the keys sitting at Captain Tony's with a t-shirt, straw hat, cut off jeans, and flip-flops, sipping a Kalik. And I just start laughing. That's that harder to picture than Jimmy with pants on is what we have on there. So. Thank you for your text. Sorry, I'm just getting to some of those. But now that we did, it is that time where we get into your emails. You send those emails. Any email you want to send to the Penthouse, by the way, is jimmy@realradio921.com. But these are specific for a Wednesday afternoon because you are looking for advice straight from the source here. Greek, this is WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
Yes.
Well, I put it this way.
The whole thing fell.
We're in here first, so we got dupes.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
Male skimpy bathing suit.
Speedo.
Slang term.
Banana maggot?
Really?
I love you, buddy. You're like a salmon out of water.
Dead?
Yeah, dead.
Seriously?
But they do say.
You spelling business with one B?
It's WWGD.
We got to bring that game back.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right. So we are going to start first with Rick, who emails Jimmy@realradio921.com. And he's worked at his job for about 3 years and has a good relationship with his boss. But he says the last 2 times that they've been out to dinner, Rick has actually picked up the tab and they were pretty dang expensive. So boss asked him last week, hey, do you want to go get something to eat this Thursday night? And I was a little hesitant because, the past couple times where I picked up expensive tabs. He said, do you think I should say something to him about who's picking up the tab beforehand or just see what happens? He said, if I do have to pick up the tab again, I'm not going to be happy about it. WWGD, what would Greek do?
We had somebody here. They're not here now, so let me make it clear. And we used to have lunch once a quarter. And he made it mandatory where you had to go, which was fine. But he never paid the tab. And the check would sit in the middle sometimes.
And he's the one who picked
Yeah.
where you guys were eating?
Yeah, it was never anything fancy or anything like that. But it started to irritate me after a while. I'm like, why don't you pick a tab once in a blue moon? You're my boss. You make more than me. I think after 4th or 5th time, I did say something to him. He wasn't happy about it. And we never went out to lunch again. So that's what happened to me. I think it was the 5th time I said something. I think the time to say it is when he asked kiddingly. Like, you could be like, yeah, I think you owe me because last time I got you. But I think if you say something going, like, I don't think it works out well. So that's just my opinion. If you're going to say it, you got to say it kiddingly around whatever. If you say it the day of or when you're there, he's going to think you're putting him on the spot.
And that's what he's like, or should I wait till the day of? I mean, obviously, because you said it's going to bother you. You're like, I'll be mad if I have to pick up the tab. So why wait to see what happens? But go ahead, Jimmy. What do you think?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, the way that was worded, too, in the beginning was that the first 2 times you picked it up. Why did you pick it up?
Yeah, he says no.
I know that's not like, I don't know.
He said he didn't say the first. He said the last 2 times. They've been out a few times. But the last 2 times that they went out to dinner, he ended up picking up the tab.
So in previous times, the boss did pick it up.
That's what it sounds like, but I don't know 100%.
Well, if it's really a financial problem, I mean, the only thing to me that you can do is to say something of some sort, and putting it in a joking manner, the way Greek said, maybe tries to keep it light.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe when the check comes, you could say, your end is X.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can make it funny. Be like, we're not dating, so how about we go Dutch?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, you guys pick up your own.
Yeah. Make a joke out of it as best as you can, but to kind of get the point across that you can't afford to pick up the whole tab. I don't know. How else do you approach that?
It's tough when it's your boss.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time.
Don't go.
Yeah, because then you feel, you're right, too.
Don't go.
But then you feel bad. Like, if you don't go, they just say, why not, or whatever. But the check just sat there for like 10 minutes. It was closed. The envelope was closed. Then finally I said, I got it. And that was it.
All right. Well, good luck. I think, like we said, that probably one of the better ways to deal with this is just throwing a little bit of humor, but at the same time with truth in it. How you feel. Mm-hmm. All right, Rick. Well, next up we have Sam, and Sam's been dating a guy a couple months, and he told her that he was selling his house. And one of his friends is in real estate. So I figured that I would... Okay. I'm dating a guy a couple months, and he told me he was selling his house. Here we go. So one of Sam's friends is in real estate. So she figured I would hook them up and do a good thing for both of them, right? Get her friend a client and get him, a good real estate agent, something that she knows. So now I think they're getting a little bit too friendly. And last Sunday, he was going to go look at houses. I wasn't invited, so I didn't go. But I'm still feeling a little bit weird about it. They talk and text a lot during the week, and it's starting to really bother me. What's going to happen? You're going to talk to your realtor a lot when you're looking at houses. Do you think I should say something to him, or would I be pushing him away? I really like this guy, and I feel like we have a great connection so far. So, WWGD, what would Greek do?
I think the one thing is you're going to look at a house, so maybe you don't want, and I'm trying to get back to this. What did she say they're not dating long?
It's like 2 months. That's it.
Okay, so maybe he doesn't want her to know his finances, like what he's putting down, what he owes, what's going to be there, what his mortgage is going to be. So maybe he's just, he's trusting. If I'm dealing with a real estate person, I don't think you're going to go tell my girl what is. So it's his personal business. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why I think anybody's bought a house, you're going to talk to your real estate person.
Well, of course. I mean, that she can find out, and I'm sure her friend how much he's purchasing a house for. I mean, that's something that she will easily be able to find
that's public
out.
record, but what he puts down is more. I mean, maybe he just doesn't want her to know. I don't know. I don't know if it means anything bad.
It's 2 months. I wouldn't expect to go house shopping with somebody. You're not living with them. That's his house that he's purchasing. I'm not mad. That's not the situation. She's mad about them talking too much and getting a little too friendly.
Well, she might think there's something there. And maybe.
Obviously.
Yeah. So she might be like, why the hell did I do this? Now, I tried to do a good deed. No good deed goes undone. And now these two end up banging and moving in the house, and I'm out in my ass. I wouldn't say anything, though.
That was her question. Do you think I should say something?
No, I wouldn't say anything. Because I think he might get a little bit turned off, and she might get mad too. Then they're going to have something to talk about her. Like, oh, now she's mad. I feel bad. I don't understand it. I would just wait to see what happens.
Jimmy, anything you want to add?
I don't think there's anything wrong here, so I don't even know why you're writing in, Sam. That one's a little tough for me. I don't feel that. I feel the same way that Greek and Franny mentioned that he's going to talk to his realtor looking for a house. I mean, that's just something that happens, and it can be quite a bit. You could be on the phone for hours at times or going over different things. You got to sit down, if you have a good realtor, to sit down, and they'll go over comps and all kinds of things. I mean, it's a time-consuming process, so there really isn't anything to be worried about. That's a normal thing to happen.
Yep.
And if she says something, just say she says something, and then say the girl says, you know what, then I don't want to do this, then he might get mad at her. Because he might be like, she was cool. I liked her. And I thought she was going to help me. And
well, and you also might lose a friend, too. This is one of your friends. So you might just be in your head. Your friend's probably cute. You're talking a lot. And you're just like, but you're the one who ultimately connected them two together. So it's kind of on you. Yeah, they talk and text a lot during the week. That, as we mentioned, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's normal.
It's really going to happen. And I think that, especially after only 2 months of dating, you're upset that he'd invite you to go look at houses. He can do whatever he wants. He's the one purchasing the home.
Sorry, Sam.
Yeah, Sam, you might be in your head. But if you have a gut feeling or whatever, just be aware of what's going on. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe say something aloof.
I wouldn't bring it up because he'd be like, you crazy. All right, Sam, good luck. Then next up we have Brian. Brian, last year, he won his fantasy pool, and the grand prize was $3,000. So the guy who runs a pool, I didn't give a tip to, but I was not aware I was supposed to. This year, I didn't get invited back, but I really enjoyed the league and hanging out with the guys. So I wants to know, hey, would you call the guys running the league and offer him a tip? Like, should he do it now? Should I just ask him why I wasn't invited back? What do you, WWGD? And also said, what is a good tip for someone who runs the league? I'm not on this one. I don't know anything about this.
The guy's probably pissed. That's why I didn't invite him back.
But that's normal. Like because I don't know to tip the person who's running the league.
Yeah, like even when you play pools at Super Bowl, you should break off a piece for the guy who runs the pool.
Okay, I did not know that.
It's something you could do, and a lot of people don't know it. I've had people call me and say, "What should I do?"
Mm-hmm.
So I would say be honest. They go, "Look, you guys didn't invite me back, and I feel, I want to be in. Is it because I didn't tip you? But I didn't really know, and I'm sorry. And I'm going to offer him now, maybe $300.
Let me make this good, right?
Yeah, maybe $300 offer the guy. Say, I appreciate it. And see what he says. I don't think there's anything wrong. And there are some people in a lot of aspects of life that don't know proper protocol, but you should throw the guy something that does a fantasy pool or something like that. So, I mean, 300 or 500 tops, I would throw him.
Jimmy?
I guess you can offer that. I don't know. I don't have the same feeling on that. That's something that I've expressed my opinion on in the past. I don't think you have to give a tip at all. And if they're shunning you for it, then maybe they're not the people you want to be around, or do another league. Again, I'm kind of on the opposite side of that one with Greek. So I don't see the purpose in it.
All
especially now. I could see that maybe more in years past where to be a commissioner of a league, there was a lot of work involved. Now, it's all online. It's all easy. It's done. You don't even do anything. The biggest thing you have to do is collect the money and then pay out the prizes, right? Somebody's got to do that. I don't think, you throw maybe $50 or something like that, but, 10%, that's a lot to me. I wouldn't get involved with people like that.
Well, there you go. As I said, I really don't have an opinion on that because I don't do anything with fantasy. But if you do, you can always let us know. Be that fourth voice, 47142. Started off with Real Radio. Like we have a couple here, and this is about the situation, who was it? With Rick and the boss. I picked up the tab. A couple people text. Let's see. I says, I think that guy should just go to lunch with his boss and tell the waiter at the start, separate checks. So here we go. Somebody else says, I would have looked the boss straight in the eyes and say, I got this, you cheap F.
That'll help you.
And then somebody says, hey, Franny.
Please, I want to follow up on that.
Yes. And then somebody let us know that Soylent Green was an old movie with Charlton Heston where people were told they were being taken to a promised land when they were actually being killed and turned into food. Jesus.
What?
That sounds terrible.
That's a bad weekend.
Somebody else says, we're talking about the fantasy league. Don't give them a tip, give them the whole thing. Then, then we have Franny. Then we have Franny. Did you know that no good deed goes undone? Learn something every day listening to this show. Glad somebody did. Glad somebody learned. Thank you for always participating. And if you ever want to be part of WWGD, if you are seeking the advice of G-Man, you can always do so. Jimmy at realradio921.com. And we will get to these emails on a Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Francis, for all your help. Jimmy, good job as always. You are tremendous. Thank you for everything you do with the contest, the blog, and just bringing it every day, your A game. Thank you.
Thank you, Greek. Thank you, Francis. Thank you for listening.
Franny, I know you learn stuff every day.
Every day. I was lying. Of course I learned stuff. Full of knowledge when I leave the show.
It's like school here. You just never know what you're going to get.
Oh, you're right.
No, we pretty much know what we're going to get.
Oh, that hurt.
Why?
It should have hurt.
Great job as always. Thank you for all your
Thank
help.
you. And thank you for all the knowledge you bring our way. And Jimmy, thank
Was
you
that a
for
joke?
No.
Is that a shot,
I
baby?
leave here
You insulting me?
learning.
My God, you take a lot of shots.
I just had a feel here.
I was a little
Feel like-
jerky cirky.
Jerky circle.
Jerky circuit,
Are you in
yeah.
a jerkle circle? 471
That was you.
The show's over.
It's over.
3 o'clock.
It's
The
over.
jerkle circle starts.
Thank God.
Make it 10 a.m.
All right,
tomorrow
bye.
morning.
I'm done.
It is the Penthouse. Thanks for always tuning in. Greek Zone coming at you, baby. Preseason, we got to get ready. And also, we'll talk some Major League Baseball. Kelly's calling from Vegas. We'll see how he liked Key West. We'll ask him if he thinks I would survive.
There you go.
In Key West.
It's not survival, it's enjoyment.
Okay, I'm sorry. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Ramps are now open 95 north to Donald Ross Road. Look out for road work. Lakeview Avenue West, right after Flagler Drive. That left lane is blocked. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at fpl.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
Hey, it's Franny. Ready to sell your car without the hassle? Go to GimmeTheVin.com. Whether it's your daily driver, SUV, classic muscle car, or exotic ride, they buy it all. Enter your VIN or license plate number and get a top offer in minutes. Guaranteed to beat CarMax or they'll pay you $100. It's fast, easy, and you can even sell your classic car at GMTVCC.com. Sell your car the smart way with GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny. Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours? Shh.
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
To me, the most important word in the world is dignity. There are certain God-given rights to